Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures back in positive territory, wrapping up the best performing August, best monthly gain as far as August is concerned in 30 years for all U.S. indexes. We had the S&P up currently 7.2% on the month. That is the Dow about 7% as well, and the NASDAQ leading the way up more than 10% so far in August. Pretty impressive performance. The Dow will start the new week with a bit of a new look. We have the splits of Apple shares in effect as of this morning, along with Tesla as well. That means we're going to have a little bit of a change as far as the Dow is concerned. Salesforce, Amgen, and Honeywell being added to the Dow, meaning ExxonMobil, Pfizer, and Raytheon coming out of the Dow. So we'll talk about that coming up. We also have, as I mentioned, Apple and Tesla very actively traded in the pre-market so far following the split of both shares. We'll talk all about that. And the rest of the EV maker group outside of Tesla. Li Auto moving around this morning. NIO extending declines from Friday after that big offering we mentioned. Lots to get to this morning. It is Monday, August 31st, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. We'll look at Asian markets from the overnight session. You can see pretty red right across the board here. Shanghai more than 1%. The Nifty in India leading the way more than 2% to the downside. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up. Bit of a mixed bag so far throughout the European landscape. We'll keep going here through to North America and see how North American futures are looking. Yeah, back to basically flat here for all three U.S. indexes. The TSX futures here in Toronto pointing to a slight decline now. Brazil open already, trading lower. We have Bitcoin to the upside, crude oil higher, and gold back to the downside this morning as well. Hey, that guy's back. Sean is here off of vacation.
Yep.
A much enjoyed week, Sean.
Yeah, nice to be back, and it's good to see everybody here on the chat and what's up to all our usual suspects and everybody else that's brand new. It should be an absolutely fantastic weekend. Yes, thanks for asking, Brendan. It was definitely calm and relaxing, although with 3 kids running around a lake, it can be quite difficult, but no, it was fun. We enjoy the cottage, and it was fantastic. So very glad to be back, and I see there's lots of stuff happening. And I did want to give a big shout out to Arun, of course, doing an absolutely fantastic job, and thank you so much for that, Phil, and of course you, Neil, Valeria, and our production team. I was watching a bit of it, and it was absolutely fantastic. So I'm jacked up to be back. We got a lot of energy, and we're ready to rock and roll, Brendan.
And there's a lot to be excited about. Thanks, Sheldon, throwing the Canucks in there, sort of rubbing it in our faces. But it should be an exciting week. We're going to be talking about those splits. We're going to be talking about that EV space, which is once again in play. Li Auto in front of some interesting support. And I think we'll also be doing a little bit of our good friend XPEV, I should say, XPeng. That one as well looking relatively weak this morning. But the story is going to be the splits. That's what it's all about today, Brendan.
Yeah, some movement in Walmart and Microsoft shares here as well. Microsoft just breaking back to the upside. Yeah, the rumors are plenty this morning as far as a possible deal for the U.S. portion of TikTok, a deal possibly in place as soon as tomorrow. So we'll have a look right now at what is coming up later on this morning. Yeah, we're going to talk about how to not blow up your trading account. Lots of great tips in this video on how you can avoid getting too big too soon, putting too much risk on, as we see there, and how to avoid, getting rid of your trading account before you should. Let's go over to the desk this morning and say good morning to Miss V. It is Monday. It was a great weekend. Good morning, Valeria.
Good morning, Brendan, and hello, everyone. Happy Monday, guys. I remind you that we're sending morning watch list every day, so sign up at the link I'm sending on the chat, and please subscribe to this channel and destroy the like button. Brendan, let's get it started.
Yes, indeed. We are very, very close, guys, to 75,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for the support on YouTube. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. First of all, hit the subscribe button, guys. We really want to get to 75,000. What a milestone! What an achievement for us. We appreciate all the support. So yeah, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't already. Let's talk about some stocks, shall we? There's lots to talk about this morning. The 5-to-1 split in effect for Tesla shares this morning. We'll start with Tesla. Along with these splits, it's worth saying both Apple and Tesla, a whole bunch of analyst moves on the stock. And I mean price target increases, price target decreases, some rating changes as well. So lots to get to, lots to look at as well with Tesla, guys. It's going to be a little bit difficult on our charts per se, unless you're on a really small time frame, because our charts unfortunately don't adjust for the split. But lots of activity here for both stocks right now.
Yeah, we were just talking earlier before the show came on about some of the interesting price targets that you see on there. So when you see a 109 price target, I guess that means, who is this again? I got to look. Independent research is obviously pretty bearish on Tesla. It actually is breaking through the bottom. We should talk about some of these key levels around 464. You'll be thinking about all-time highs. You know, obviously from a psychological standpoint, there's going to be that 400 because that's the previous 2,000. So things like that, that's what you want to adjust yourself to. Oddly enough, selling just a little bit off the open, well, not off the open, heading into the open. Again, it's only, you know, a slight move to the downside. 440 and change would be relatively Friday's close. So we're still basically flat if you really do the adjustment here. Let's see if we can't hold that off of the open. I was looking at 450 for just a psychological break to the upside. I think going to be interested to be a buyer at some point today. That's the first price that stuck out to me.
They're starting to hit this thing down right
that's
now.
Really selling now. The market's selling.
Yeah, the market's selling off here. We'll find out why that is. Something about the Fed here. Negative rates. Anyways, we'll find out more about that. But yeah, we're dropping down here, and we're going to see now. This is the time that we've all waited for. What's Tesla going to do? What's Apple going to do on the split? Obviously, like Brendan said, it's not down $1.7 thousand. It's not down 80%. We are down, though, a little bit today. We're going to see, man. I mean, a split-adjusted level of, what is this price here on a 3-minute chart? 437. So watch out for 437 as a bottom here on Tesla. It'll be very interesting to see how it trades. You got to use different share size today. On Tesla, obviously. I don't know if you'd cut it in 5 or not, but we're going to wait to see just the volume, what the spread looks like, what the liquidity looks like. I'm much more comfortable on a day like today trading something like Apple rather than Tesla, but Tesla should be super exciting. 437 on the downside.
I think we have to be aware, guys. We'll get into Apple here as well. 4-to-1 split on Apple in effect this morning also, but worth mentioning, I think there's going to be a lot of positioning going on with some bigger money today in both of these names, so it'll be tricky, I think, at least right off of the open here. 4-to-1 split, as I mentioned, for Apple in effect starting this morning. JP Morgan among the analysts raising their price target on the stock to 430 from an adjusted, from an adjusted 430 to 520. So JP Morgan at 520, and then Wedbush comes out, tops that, and goes right to 600, guys. So this is split adjusted 600, guys, on Apple.
Yeah. That's just, I mean, that's amazing.
Neil, it's already done 5 million shares.
Which is, I think you got to put it in perspective, right? So we've seen it cross the million mark, I think. At this point, it doesn't always happen. So you got to put things into perspective. It's a very, very similar chart to what we just looked at for Tesla, which relatively tight consolidation, hanging up a little bit better than the Friday's close, I think, than Tesla's. It's bouncing just positive. It's 124.80 or so is going to be your positive to negative story. So holding that 125 mark is good. Breaking out through whether you want to call it 126 or get really picky 126.20 would be very similar to the upside play that Tesla looked like off this consolidation in the pre-market.
Yeah, 126.50 is Apple's split adjusted close high, off Friday. I can't show you the chart because, again, it's all the way up here. But if you go back, it's 126.50 or so was the high. Let me look on this chart here. Yeah, 126.45. So we'll look to see what that does. Remember, the futures are coming down here, but Apple's not really moving downside. So, look, I mean, it just keeps coming with this company. They're one of the best companies out there to own, and we'll see if that continues today with the trade. So I'm going to go long on Apple, but I mean, I'm with everybody here. I think the best thing to do, guys, would be to slow down, let it trade the first minute or so. Let the orders come in, the market orders on open come in, settle this 2 stocks down, and then we'll trade them like normal. The next stock on our watch list, though, of course, Brendan, is one that I think we need to look at.
Yeah, some big names with analyst moves on rocket companies, guys. We're going to go to RKT here. I'm talking about Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Credit Suisse, and Morgan Stanley, all increasing their price target on rocket to an average of 32.50. So RKT, not as active, obviously, in the pre-market here, but still worth having a look at here, guys, moving higher.
900,000 shares.
I love this one.
That's really good. But that 32.50, let's look at last week. Top 32.40, 32.25 here. A big breakout potentially through this 29.50 area. We've already made one bust to the upside. I'm going to be looking to pick this one up. Either you catch a 30 break, or even if you get a bit of a dip buy opportunity. And we've seen this happen before. You go back into earlier last week, you get some dips that hold the pre-market bottom, one that just barely breaks it before ramping to the upside. So I think, patience is definitely a virtue. I had a good long on it last week that should have been much, much better if I had simply waited for like 9:35 in the morning. So I am prepared to take an opportunity if we get any kind of a bounce down around 28.80 to 29. As much as I like 30, I'll do that as well.
Rocket, yeah, I just hit to the moon there, and hopefully we can pop some wheelies today with Rocket. And yeah, I mean, look, it's high here. Let's call up a daily chart for Rocket here just quickly. You can see here we did get as high. That's not true, $62. But I like this little 30 level. We did bounce to 32.25 there. So we're bouncing right off 30. That's right where we're at right now. And let's just have a quick look at our imbalance locator. I don't know if Arun was showing this or Neil last week, but here you go. It's on here right now. 300,000 shares to buy on Rocket Mortgage. So it looks like that's going to be a good little runner there. We're going to talk about NEO coming up soon. GE has some news on it today. So lots here. But again, it's the last week in August, or last day of August. So you don't get too much excitement here on the market on open. But there's a few good names. And that's why you got to make sure you sign up for our watch list. tradertv.live.
Yeah, last day of August, last week of the summer, I guess, is the way to put it. So a lot of people probably on holidays this week. But thankfully, we have lots of stuff to look at today. This travel group, we'll talk about some of these travel names next, guys. We saw early strength in the morning, but a lot of them have come back in to basically break even at this point with the overall market as well. So there were some price target increases, some upgrades on some of the travel group, both Carnival and Norwegian, getting a price target increase from UBS this morning. I mean, this all goes back to the beginning of last week. If you remember, we had some positive vaccine news, and that kind of lifted the group throughout the week last week. So worth having a look, I think, guys. CCL, the one that is most active, it looks like, at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it sort of stays active. It was a couple of really good days trading it, and then some mediocre ones if you go out the last week. I was interested to see what happened if we got a little closer to that pre-market top here. 17.90, 18 even would have been an interesting break. It's already come back in almost a full dollar. So you're going to start to look at some of the levels from Friday. The first one being if we break 17, watch this 16.90 range down at the bottom here. Could be a little bit of chop from there to about 50. That could be an interesting point. Interesting point of reference. If there is a buy off the open that fails in front of the top, yeah, I'll be willing to fade that one in CCL. Worth noting on the American, when you talk about the airlines there, I want to quickly jump to American because I like the fact that they're going to be cutting service, which I guess bad thing. People say they're cutting service, like 55% of their service, but that's a good thing. Ultimately, they're saving costs, going to reduce that burn rate until things come back. It's all about survival for them, and the stock is trying to make a break through like the 14-quarter mark at some point. Not necessarily today, but at some point, if you get a break at that 14.25, we'll be watching that one all week.
Yeah, I was actually looking, and thanks for that. I mean, I love CCL. Shout out to Daryl, Elizabeth, everybody out there trading CCL on our chat as well. But what about Save here? Spirit Airlines. It's bounced off 18 a couple times here yesterday, last week, and the day before. So 18 bounce there, 18 bounce here again. Then you have some tops of 18. So depending on what this market wants to do, if it wants to keep going negative, then I do think Spirit Airlines would be the one to trade. So I like Spirit Airlines on a negative market if we keep pushing down to go sub 18. So let's short Spirit Airlines, SAVE.NY. Once we break 18, Brendan.
Looks like there is actually an offering on Spirit today. Let me just grab this quickly. Yeah, senior notes offering. I'll read into that a little bit further, but 600 million worth of senior notes there for Spirit, Save in New York, worth mentioning that. Guys, Virgin Galactic, the next one here. Cohen and Company initiating coverage with an outperform rating on space, yeah, to the moon as well. $22 price target from Cohen and Company on space, guys.
I'll let you jump to this one, but I want to let you guys know I'm not still in that AIMT, and we'll talk a little bit about that. That's just a deal. I covered that like 13 minutes ago, so the position board might be a little bit delayed.
Oh, no.
It was working earlier there. But when it comes to Virgin Galactic, this was interesting for us, if only because I was watching this consolidation last week and some of the things we talked about, potentially giving you a break. And I'm sort of waiting for that break to happen. Could it be here at 1850? Certainly possible. I don't love the pre-market high as much as I like the 1850 break, so I'm not likely to have like 1830, which was the current. I'd be waiting for this level to get taken out at 1850. I think from there, that's maybe the run to like $20 or so.
Yeah, it's only right here at 90,000 shares on the pre-market here for the imbalance locator. So, and we only have 330,000 shares so far today. So it's not super exciting. I'm with Neil. I like 1850. I don't want to take out 1826 right now. It just doesn't seem like it's relatively good enough news here. Out for perform rating from Cohen there, going to $22. You know what? I mean, we've seen better and bigger upgrades today already. So we'll watch space. Virgin Galactic will be on our radar. And I've already hit it 3 times, but let's hit it again because I like it so much. Virgin Galactic to the moon at some point with maybe you on board.
Another one, another note here, I should say, guys. If we could grab my screen, Robbie, there quick. Save, that Spirit Airlines. They updated their Q3 cash burn, expected to be lower than first thought as well. So there is some positivity on that Spirit Save in New York, guys, as well. Let's go to an interlisted name, huge or on the NASDAQ, HUGE, FSD Pharma. They applied to the FDA for a mid-stage trial for their potential COVID-19 vaccine. This was once a cannabis company, no longer. They are now focusing on coming up with treatments, both treatments and a potential vaccine for COVID-19, guys. So FSD are huge, getting a little bit here.
Yeah, just going back quickly to the daily like we usually do for these ramps to the upside. 440, the first significant level. Didn't quite get there in pre-market action before turning around. And you guys can see where it turned at the top there, 416. I'm looking at this consolidation at the bottom. A little bit of the sell has already come back in. 360 to 340 would be that consolidation range. I'd look to fade it in front of 60, maybe take a bit of a breakout, but you're going to dig back in when it breaks that 4, I think. So first look will be 360. If it does fail at that point, maybe you can add at 340. But that's a bit of a double bottom that I'm seeing. So I'm not going to jump in there very, very heavily on that breakdown. I would much prefer that trade if it was a little bit later on in the day. So first look would be to sell a pop and then hope to catch on the way back down.
I see a lot of people talking about this AMT. It's a deal. Like, you got to send them to our watch list, guys. They're being bought out. So Neil's already talked about that. Nestle stepping in. So if you do see that on the board, and I see a lot of people saying, you know, they wish they could have caught that move, it's a buyout, right? So unless you sort of have that kind of news, then it's going to be tough to do. I saw that FSD Pharma here. Their symbol still has cannabis in it, so maybe they're still in that spot as well. But huge right now, up 7 and a bit %. Neil just ran over the levels. Look, it's 1.5 million shares. I like it. The news is good. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, anybody in the space right now should be looked at and taken seriously. You did see Novavax coming out, 76 million potential COVID-19 vaccine shipments over to Canada for Novavax. So, you know, we're here. So that'd be nice. Come on, Novavax, switch your symbol there. You can see this little spike up, Brendan. I don't know if you hit that news, but 109 up to 115 on 76 million potential vaccines being purchased by Canada, Brendan.
That stock is crazy. Just unbelievable new moves on NVAX all week last week again. So yeah, definitely worth a look, guys. That NVAX at the open here. Want to make sure we get to Workhorse Group, guys. The most positive, I guess, out of the EV space this morning. They're teaming up with Hitachi for some, I guess, utilization and maximization work when it comes to their infrastructure and manufacturing. For increased production when it comes to building their cars. So Hitachi and Workhorse Group teaming up here. It's Hitachi America, worth mentioning, not the Asian one, guys. So Workhorse to the upside today.
Yeah, it's not the cleanest chart for me when I'm looking at this breakout that we're seeing in Workhorse. I much would have preferred to be able to catch that 17 move. Right now, you get this little chop between here, which is like the mid 17 and then $18 range, and even when you get a little bit above that, going to the early in last week's action. I just have it up in the 15. Even when you zoom in, you do see that it's. Maybe you can call it 1780 could give you a break or a little bit of resistance, but it's not a great looking chart for me on Workhorse. I would much rather be buying into this dip here on that last week's support at the bottom, 1650 to 1680, 17. That little range is something that I'd love to buy in front of. That's probably the only way I'm going long in Workhorse today. Unless, look, I mean, it's possible we get to that 1850 mark and it looks fantastic. I just doubt it.
Yeah, Workhorse. I was just still looking at Novavax here to see if what kind of plays we have. But WKHS here over on NASDAQ. Yeah, look, I wrote down 1825, 1915 as well. This is another mover, up 7% and a bit. We do like this move today. Workhorse has been, you guys know what happens when this starts to move. It can go, and it can go quite large. And I'm looking for that today. So 18, 19, 15 there. Again, I have to drop it down to a few more time frames to give you the exact levels. But here we go. This is 18. This is a one-day chart, so that's 1830. We topped off there middle of last week. And then you have this top, 1950. If we can get to that, then that'll be good too. But I'm looking at an 18 break. I don't touch this thing, Brendan, until it breaks 18. So right now, we're sort of stuck in this little area. I'd like to see it get above this pre-market high of 18.
All right, guys, while we're in the EV group, let's touch on NIO. Big mover on Friday to the downside. They announced a $75 million ADS offering. They came out this morning and said, hey, what the heck, let's increase that to $88.5 million. So now they're going to offer 88.5 million American depository shares, each representing one Class A share of the company. So extending declines for NIO here this morning.
Yeah, all things in perspective.
NIO.
I mean, this stock, let's be realistic. At the beginning of July, we're talking about $6, $7. So yes, it's down 8%, but still up almost 3x from that point. I think the first thing I'm going to look at is one of the big ramp-up days last week had a bit of support like the 1650 area on the pullback. So as much as it's continuing to slide, I think it's likely that we find some support at that price. I will give it one shot. Probably through that high, that 1755, to short in front of it. That's the way I would prefer. Breakdown trades, never really that good for me in NIO. Basically shorting when the bottom end breaks, usually a lot better shorting in front of what might be resistance at the high of the day today.
I love this stock, and I want to give a shout out to Brendan mentioning, sending me a message last week about this, because I was calling it before I left. I said that NIO would be back to all-time highs, and it sure did last week. But yeah, today down now that 8%. And I mean, this is what's going to happen. This is the space. This is what we look for. Neil just ran over some levels. I like this stock. We did see the imbalance locator, and I'll bring that up in a second. But yeah, you're down here to 17. It does top down 1688 there. That bottom may hold. This bottom may hold. So if you are looking for a long, watch out for this one. It bounces off there, comes back, now is consolidating at 17. Let's just check out quick what we had here on the locator. Again, sort by volume and not by zeros. Go the other way. There it is now. So now this is a big one, guys. We've seen this happen before. Look, 2.5 million shares. Look for a flush on the open. That's a big sell order coming in. Watch for the 2.5 million shares to push this thing down here into the 90s. If you can get it, pick it up there. Drop it if it breaks 87 here, 88. If you did want a longer term time frame here, you can hold it all the way to 16. But depending on your share size, you may not want to do that, my friends.
Li Auto, guys, the other one that was a decent mover last week. We topped out above 24.5. Came all the way back in 2 days in a row to end last week to the downside. So worth having a look at Li Auto. Let's get to Arun. Arun is once again in the building and is ready to have a look at the futures. What do we need to know here going into the open, Arun?
Yeah, I mean, quite the ride up and back down now, back into that underneath that 3,500. In terms of reading the market, I'm having a hard time reading an actual read or getting a read above the market. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see this market or wait for this market to come back underneath the 3490 going down to 3475. I'm going to use the level that I've been holding on to since last Wednesday, which is 3460. So it could be it could end up being at least 30 points in risk, but 90 through 75, looking at 3460 as the level. Of course, if we break out to the top end, then you have a breakout trade on the top side. But there's not a whole lot in terms of levels that I like to look at. Of course, scalpers have a different time frame and a mindset. But for me, 3460 between 3490 going down to 3475. That's what I'm looking at.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Arun. We'll check back in with Arun once again tomorrow. AKCA. So there's two deals this morning, guys, we have to be aware of. There's AKCA. So we have $18.15 is the price on this one, all cash. So what was the company's name? Ionis? IONIS Pharmaceuticals taking out the rest of the shares they don't already own of this one, AKCA. And then, yeah, there's that AIMT, which is the other one, very actively traded in the pre-market here. The price on this one was 35, I believe, Neil. Correct? Or no, 34.50. Yeah, 34.50 for AIMT, also all cash. So two M&A deals to deal with this morning, guys. Small cap world otherwise pretty quiet so far as I can tell.
Yeah, and we can't trade. I mean, Nestle buying AMT there, so I mean, if you wanted to watch them, you can maybe look them up on the pink. I might be trading. You might see a pop in and out. I've got a few executions here. Just playing the ranges when they get made. That's the name of the game when you have direct market access, guys. I want to go to Chewy because they got a price target increase. They haven't done a lot of volume. It's only 15,000 shares, but it's sort of worth noting. Nice run to the top here. You do have this forming, and this was Friday's action. 61 high. Trying to rub up to that same high again today. I'm looking for a 61 break on Chewy. The issue, of course, when the volume is this low in the pre-market and there's really not a lot of activity there, you don't know what it's going to look like when it comes to liquidity. So I like this one through a break of 61. Just got to make sure there's actual trading into
61.
That volume. Yeah, Chewy, exactly, $61.
Early. Bang! We love Chewy here. That's a big stock for me. I own that stock down at IPO prices of 20-something for Chewy. Okay, wow, $61. That's nice to see. Okay, 126.50. I'm going to go long here on Apple soon as well. I gave you the 126.50, which is a split-adjusted high of Friday, right before the close. So 126.50. We are going to go long on Apple there. But yeah, nice to see Chewy going up there. That's a surprise. Let's just check out Rocket one more time here. I know we've got to go back to Brendan quickly. I just want to see, is that close? No, that's faded back down. So I wanted to see if that was going to break 30. That's my big trade, I think, if Rocket can break 30, Brendan.
Okay, yeah, guys, we have a couple more minutes to go here. I was just reading more about Spirit Airlines there, but yeah, it looks like just that expected cash burn rate lower than expected for Q3 for that save. That was really the only other piece of news, guys. There's one more. I guess we can have a look at this VVPR just real quick. This was a big mover on Friday. Having a look at this one as well. There's $10 up here. It's obviously well off that. 750 just coming into play. Watch 850 and then 9 as well for this VVPR. Also a little bit actively traded in the pre-market, guys.
Yeah, I'm just looking at XPeng. I know you guys keep asking about it. XPEV, of course, being the ticker. Recent IPO, not as strong as some people were probably expecting. $22 held on Friday is a bit of a bottom. Same thing here. If it does fall below that, there's probably a clean shot to get to like 21 even. Gonna have to check in to see how expensive or cheap it might be to get some locates. I'm looking for a 22 even break. We're sort of waiting around for some consolidation above 23, but every time it broke it, it just couldn't seem to hang on. It would be back within a minute or two. So I'm not a huge fan of necessarily taking any long breakouts. I need to see it hold above 23 or make a strong move off this 22 to find something. First look will be $22 short on XPEV, provided that the cost of locates are reasonable enough for me.
XPEV, yeah, I missed that last week, but that should be a good one as well. And then here goes Rocket Mortgage. We did just talk about that going all the way down for some reason, down to 29 and change. So we'll see here. I like 29.80. That's what's been the high there. So we will take a small little break on that one. And there goes Apple, by the way. And I miss again. Like you got, how much do I got to cross up on this one? Holy crow, guys! Yeah, Apple punched in the face there. I wish we had that. I crossed up 10 pennies on a 126.50 break. And oh yeah, by the way, we're at 127.50 right now. So yeah, Apple, good one. I guess we had the right level. So we'll pop a wheelie for that one. But now this stock is see ya, and we don't have it. But you know what? We'll put that little feather in our cap there. We did talk about that 126.50 level. So there it goes. I gave you that. That was a split adjusted high on Friday. So it breaks it and it just cruises to the upside right there. So there goes Apple. Wish we would have had that. That would have been a nice little winner. So Apple, we'll play it on the pullback, and then Rocket Mortgage as well, if that can break through 30. Other than that, man, we have Workhorse on the look. Good look there by Neil on Chewy. Tesla also. Let's see
Tesla bounced up towards that 450. Never really got there, like 447. It looks like it got to, not breaking as far as Apple. I missed Apple as well, so it's just tricky to get into this one. I think underestimating how much you still have to cross is part of the story here because it's cheaper. I'm like, I don't have to cross up as far in terms of where my limit order goes on a break. I think maybe it's a little more volatile than I thought. So it's still Tesla, on the other hand, still below that 450 mark. If you're looking for that dip buy, maybe 440. I mean, holding the pre-market low is the place to get in.
Yeah, see, the problem is, as I look at this, like Apple is still, Neil, like you mentioned there, it's still pretty spready. It can be about 10, 15 pennies when it wants to move. So watch out now. Apple, the new high there, 128 and change. Oh, God, my chart's frozen already. Good way to come back. But, Neil, only 15 seconds to go. I'm going to refresh my charts, and then I'll be right back.
Yeah, we got to drop that countdown. This market is here. It is the final week before Labor Day, the summer. You know what it's all about. I want to quickly just go to huge. This one is still coming down. I am going to try to short this one at some point. 3, 2, and 1. There is Valeria on the bell. Monday has started. It is split day and Rocket. I was really hoping Rocket might give you that little quick break to the upside, but we were prepared for the eventuality that it could give you a bit of a sell action. I was hoping for like 28.80 to 29 for an entry point. Choppy so far, so sideways action over here on Rocket. Neo heading northbound. I was looking to fade that one through the high. 1755 is the top. I might give it one quick shot to fade on Neo and then also look for some Rocket, but I'm not going to let Neo go through 1755 high.
Yeah, 70. Oh, yeah. Wow. Neo going the other way off that imbalance. 1752 there for Neo. NIO. Let's put an order in there quickly. We do have Apple breaking through 128, though. Okay, Apple's nowhere near it. So here goes 120. Or sorry, Neo's nowhere near it. Again, my chart's like, why do they have to blow up on me right there? 128.10, the new high there for Apple, but now it's coming fading back in. Let's see what it does now. It's moving a lot. So Apple with the new volume coming through. NIO still down that 7%, but looking like it wants to move. Rocket Mortgage as well, guys.
Yeah, just a little bit of a quick retracement play. We'll say one dragon. I just like this one coming back in on Neo. Took it short off of that like low 30s. It comes back in, holds that high. Now we get like a 10 cent. And again, I'm not going to get greedy with this one. 15 cents, scalp short on this name. If it breaks 1755, not 50, I'm looking at 55 at the top. I would be done any kind of a short opportunity. You know what? I'm just going to take it all out. We'll line it up. We'll knock it down. I wanted to fade into Neo off the open, but I've learned my lesson. If I get greedy on that first trade, a lot of times you'll see it hold that 17 and then come right back. There are always break opportunities, and I think the better one is at 1690, and that's what I'd wait around for to confirm it's going to be sell. So we're 1 for 1 on these names. I really just wish we hadn't missed what was obviously a fantastic opportunity in Apple. It's now starting to come back, and 126 was the level I was hoping it would pull back to, Sean. No chance. No chance.
I mean, there was a little bit of a chance, but yeah, it went to 126.60. I was waiting there as well, so we'll see if we can average into some of this one. But Apple's off right now. I was the same way. Was trying to load up if we drop down too much there, but it doesn't look like it wants to. But 128.10 still the high. What up, B?
Delta here, guys. We were talking about the airlines, some strength in the airlines. Delta had a huge opening print there. So monster print on DAL was to the buy side. So we got a little spike to the upside here, but coming right back in for DAL, guys.
I still like Apple breaking through 128.10 here. So let's see. There we go. So we're long now. Yeah, we're long Apple. Yeah, there it goes, says Gus. So what's up, Gus? Big shout out to you there. So there it is. Bang. A little bit of outside there. Punch that in the face. 128.15. Nice little long to start the day. We'll take some out there in the 30s. But here it comes right back down. You're going to have to give this one some room. Who knows where this is going to wind up today? Apple right now long 128.15. Out some here early off that break. But yeah, we're going to try to hold for a little bit more. If it comes all the way back down here, this is the kill spot. This out, 126.60, guys.
Yeah, just looking at Rocket, it does bounce off that 28.90, 28.80 area that I was looking for. I did try to pick some up on the way up. You can see, again, just not nearly aggressive enough. I'm going to see if I can't get anything on a 29.50 break, or I'm going to wait patiently for it to come just a little bit back in. We still love the idea of that 30. I'll stick with that. I have the order locked and loaded and ready to go. I just think I'll do a little bit of a scalp play through this 29.50 as well, sort of in addition to that. So it just got in here, slipped to 53. This one will likely be getting out in front of 30 even. That'll be the plan, so sort of scalp trade to the upside on Rocket. Brennan, what do you got?
We saw strength in the cloud names last week, guys. CrowdStrike going again, 4.5% here. This is all-time highs above 124 there for CRWD, guys.
All right, Robinhood crashed. Apparently, that's what people are talking about. So,
really?
sorry about that. Okay, here we go. We're still on Apple. Oh no, I want to go with Workhorse. WKHS here. We talked about Workhorse early. It started to make a move back up. 1750 here. I was waiting for 18 to break, but you can see here, Workhorse still trying to do its little thing here, bouncing around. We did dip below 17 temporarily. That's why I like it, because you did retrace back upside, but still pretty choppy here. Still waiting to see if we can take out 1785. I'm not going to go long until 18, but it's back and moving around now as well. NIO, I do have an order in for that, just to update you traders on what's happening with NIO right now. I like it if we can come back and take out the top, but it needs to do that one more time. You bounced off 17. The good thing about this trade, I know Neil had the short, that was a great one, but now 1735. I just think that we've bounced around a little bit. If it does get some momentum to the upside, we all see how far this one wants to go. So NIO can go, and I think it does go, but we need to get above the high there for me to trade that. CCL dancing again, but CCL making moves downside. We did talk about that. And I do want to look at Spirit Airlines. The only trade I have on right now is Apple, which is 70 cents against me. We're going to wait to see what that does. But what's up, Beat?
One from the volume list here, guys. Rackspace, a number of analyst upgrades on this one today. Initial push to the upside here to 2150, but right back down, 2164. But monster volume so far on RXT, guys.
Yeah, unable to get in on the break, and you can see what happened on XPeng here. I talked about 22 even, the breakdown. Look at this move, right down 60 cents instantly. I was able to catch some on a pullback here into 84. I'll probably try to take a few more shares. I wanted short 22. This is pretty much as close as we're going to get here. I'll try the retracement into 2150, take a bunch out in front of the low of the day if I can, but finally into XPeng, a bit of a bounce and rock, and I talked about also liking, this is going to be almost like two separate trades when you really think about it here. I talked about also liking that 2890. So what's going to happen is I'm going to take off for a loser or a flat, close to flat trade the first little bit here, but we did dig in, I should say, at 29 a little bit. And I'll try that again because 28.90 is that level that I really, really love on Rocket. Got to make sure you play off of that one. I also, of course, I'm going to hang on to that XPeng. I'm looking for a low break. If I get it, I might actually jump into more shares to the short side. And just also wanted to let you guys know, it is sliding to the downside, and I liked it. I wanted to see if it would break that 340. It did, but it's not moving very rapidly. It looks like that could be a slow grind to the downside. I think I'd prefer to be short around 350 if that's going to be the case.
Yeah, no, my chart crashed. I do see some people talking there about changing up the colors. I'll have to change it. I had to just reload it there. So yeah, I am long Apple. It's the only trade I have on. And it's hard to be long a stock like Apple when the market is doing this. We just broke 3,500. So we'll wait to see there what it wants to do. But Apple, this is a nice little spot here. We may pick some more up down here and then let it ride all the way back to the upside. Hopefully, we did cash out a little bit. We should have cashed out all of them. But you never know what this is going to do. So here goes Apple right now. We're going to get out if it breaks back down below 126.50, which is coming up sooner rather than later. Look at the futures go downside. We need to find something here that we can short, and it's not going to be, it is going to be Apple, it looks like, soon.
Yeah, all I got is hot dog action here on XPeng, and I feel like, this was one that, what you were gone, Sean, it was just surprisingly weak all week long, ever since the open. They just couldn't catch a bid. Same story here. We shorted 84s. I just took a third out for about a 20-cent scalp. When I'll take another third out in front of the low of the day, I just feel like that, of course, is going to be prudent. If it breaks the bottom, I will try to also pick up some more shares on a breakout. Brennan, what do you got for us, buddy?
Just looking at GE, guys, Sean mentioned they're in the pre-market. It was JP Morgan that pulled their price target. So took their price target off of GE. They now say that the stock is worth less than $5. So we were down in the pre-market. Just went positive, though, for GE. Lots of buy volume on GE today, guys.
All right, we can have a look at GE here quickly. We just did average into Apple right here, so we'll see what it wants to do. We did go long there. Oh, there it goes. NIO right now, 1738. Okay, this was the long that we looked at early on NIO. I told you guys, why am I not taking these shares early? I talked about this going back to the high down here at 1712, off a break, or off a hold of 17. So here we go. Nice little win to start here on NIO. You got to take it out to be a win, but we'll sit here at 44. There it is. Nice little one there. Punch NIO in the face. NEO to the upside here. Long right now 38, out a little bit there at 44. Now we just need AAPL to go, and it doesn't look like it wants to. Futures making a move back up. Apple not making that move back up with it. So they're going to fade this one through, and that's okay. We'll drop Apple right there. We do have NIO for a big win here. NEO, we'll see how high this one wants to go. But I do like this on a 1738 long. We just took some out there, 44, and we are washed out a little bit now on Apple. So
a fake break here on failed break, I should say, not fake. It did break through 450 on Tesla, but it got pennies and then hard reversal. So no clean break at that price. It feels like both Tesla and Apple a little bit bearish on the day today. I almost want to let this one settle down. I feel like if there's a consolidation that gives me a shot at this a second time, and that's going to be that 450 area, I'm very likely to be all over it. I do want to jump you guys back to Rocket. The only positions we have on are XPEV, which is a good short, and Rocket, which is a mixed bag on the long side. So I did flat the first portion of that trade, and now I'm looking for that reload in front of that 2885 or 2880 area that I was looking at. We do have a 2908 long. I think this is a much better position. This is one I think I can work with. I got the low of the morning as the out, and we'll see if we can't run this up. You can actually see I have an order here in the 60s. I would take it all out in front of 30 and then look for a 30 break on Rocket. If it can hold the bottom, I see almost no way that if we hold all morning at 29, it doesn't go to 30 at some point today. Brennan, what do you got?
AT&T, another one from the watch list, guys. Sign up for the watch list if you haven't already. But AT&T, big flush off of the open there. You can see aftermarket on Friday, huge move to the upside. They came out saying, or it was actually the Wall Street Journal that was reporting they're going to possibly look at selling their DirecTV unit. So they're going to look at options for DirecTV. But huge sell volume on AT&T so far, guys.
Okay, AT&T moving around there. Apple moving around as well. And here goes NEO. Yes, sir. Hit the face slap, and there it is. A nice little win here on NIO to go upside. We just took some out there at 49. So we still have some of this, but 38's out some 49s there. A nice little 11-cent win. We were calling that and waiting for it. And, of course, now Apple comes screaming back to the upside, which is fine. We did take some more long added back to our position down there at 126.60 on that move. So a nice little move back to 127 even, but we're still long at 127 now based on our cost-adjusted price there. So we'll wait to see Apple getting back above now 127 as of course.
You know what I see here, Sean?
Now the futures go.
That 126 double bottom off the open. There was a break. It just flushed off of that price as well. So I'm going to build something in front. I'm going to try and start a little bit small to make sure I'm chasing it a bit here. So what I want to do is get myself at worst an average price of 127, catch a little bit of the break, hopefully in Apple. 126 is going to be the out no matter where this thing ends. It just feels like if we hold that price, market's coming back, going to take a shot here in Apple. Rocket.
Go Apple.
Trying to hold that 29 even. I might actually jump into a few more shares, but maintain the same out, that 2885 mark. I think that's going to be my base of operations. If it breaks that, I'm all done, but I'm getting into some Apple now as well with you. And XPeng just continues to go to the downside.
Okay, here we go, guys. This is a nice little 75-cent winner, bang, on Apple going nuts right now as well. So that's a good little win. We took some more shares. Let's go, baby. We're waiting up here. Boom, there it is. A nice little $1+ win there on Apple as we go right back to the upside. Damn it, why did it once again? It's like different week, same stuff here. Getting out on that break. Should have held it a little bit longer till this sort of, consolidation down here to the downside. But we take some off there and floss that one through. Here goes NIO. I gave you this one as well. And this was a good one for me because we like to use shares on NEO. So here goes NEO now. Straight to the upside. Bang this one out through 1750 right now. Hopefully. Come on, 1750. Give a dog a bone right now. There we go, 1751, still moving upside. We have more than half of this position on. Apple's $1 in the money, and NEO's 10 cents. Well, was 12 cents in the money. Watch out, it just fades off 50 there. This may be a time to get out of some more shares here, guys.
Yeah, and just going to get you guys back to that XPeng. It's trying to take out that bottom. It just double bottom at 2140 here. Still short at 84.
Apple,
so
honestly, Apple.
This last third, we're looking to get more out only on a break. I want to be out in front of 21 in this final third. See if we can't get a 60, 70 cent win for you. Brendan, what do you got, bud?
We were talking about Microsoft and Walmart, guys. The TikTok news in the pre-market, some rumors flying around about a possible deal as soon as tomorrow. There was also new export rules placed on tech-related products coming out of China. So that was the reason for the gap to the downside here on both Microsoft and Walmart. But Microsoft here, guys, about to go positive on the day, whereas if we switch over to Walmart, not so much, kind of working its way back to the downside. Still 2% for Walmart to the downside, guys.
So we still do have, I mean, apparently it's coming soon, right? The deal. So we're going to find out right now soon what TikTok and Microsoft and Walmart and who wins that prized possession. Do you know the average, Neil? You probably don't know this, but I'm going to put you on the spot here and see if you can guess. What's the average amount of time that a TikTok user spends on that app in a day?
You asking me?
Yeah.
The average user, I would guess 35 minutes.
It's minutes, yeah. Yeah, it's 50 minutes. That's it. I mean, 35 is a great guess, but
so buy some more Microsoft then.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
But then why? Okay, so when Walmart, of course, fulfillment. I get it. They wanted to lead a deal. Of course, it needed to be a tech company leading it for reasons. So why aren't they a little bit stronger off of this as well? If it's going to be positive, people are there, they're going to shop more. I don't know. It just feels like this should be a good buy opportunity. I did have written down on Walmart, however, I wanted to look at 134.80 to 135 as support. So I promise you this much: we get any consolidation lower than we are right now, people want to start selling Walmart. I'll be picking some up in front of that 135. Use that low as an out. I just feel like, why aren't we going to the upside along with Microsoft here?
I got you on that one. I don't know why, but I like Walmart as a buyer for sure. There's lots of reasons there, but look at Apple now. Still that big dollar in the money, so we're going to find out about that. But this is the one that we're most happy with right here, and it's Superman is back in the building. It's good to be back right now. 17.55 here, 16-cent win. What up, B?
Another one moving here, guys. Yum China, YumC to the upside today, 3.3 and change percent here. Working its way back down to $58, though. They had the Shanghai, I want to say. It's either Shanghai or Hong Kong. China listing of these shares. So there's another IPO over in China, YumC, up on that news today, 3.5%, guys. Decent volume behind this move as well.
I jumped a little bit later into the Apple party here on this sort of bounce back to the upside. Started consolidating. I've taken the scalp out. Now it's going to be that longer term trade. The last third, we're going to try and give to a 129. I mean, the high of the day, 128.74. So we'd like to see if it can't get up to 129. Remember, guys, split, do your price adjustments. Obviously, that's going to be important. I do want to jump quickly back to a name that I have not gotten into just yet. We were talking some airlines. We were talking about the travel space.
Yep.
I was looking for some chances this week for a breakout in Carnival. It doesn't look like it's happening. I didn't really have a huge short idea. That's why you're not going to see me into this one. But Carnival does break the bottom, does break 17. It is trying to consolidate at the low. 17 break back up to the upside could give a scalp. Maybe give it in front of that low a day, like 16.75 or so, and then try and take like a 17 break sort of into the pre-market chop area. Brennan, what do you got?
Space, guys. We mentioned this one in the pre-market as well. Just coming up to this pre-market high, 1826, not 1825. Yeah, bet to take it out right now. Volume coming in at day highs here for Space as well, guys. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We do this every single day the market is open. Make sure you hit the subscribe. We're trying to get to 75,000 subscribers this week, guys.
Right, great point there. We forgot about that one. 400 to go. Thank you so much for that one, Brendan. And we just tweeted this one out because NEO right now, big time win up to the top side there. 1760. We're super happy about this one. And then we did get a great out. We parked an order down here or up here, 128.23 for a dollar. What is this? 126. 120. About $1.40 there on Apple. So we've been okay. We did take the long. We did get stopped out twice down here, but we did reinvest back into Apple and caught that on the move back upside, and a nice little out there, taking some profits anyways. Wow, there it goes. And thank you for this one, Neo. We did talk about it breaking that top there, a bunch out before 50. Now we sort of let it ride here on Neo and see how high this one wants to go up. There goes Apple. There
John,
goes
I gotta
Neo.
say, because you guys would be disappointed if I didn't, we're apparently 420 from that 75K number. So throw that one out there if you like it. Let's not linger there too long or the puns will get a little bit ridiculous, guys. But thank you for the support, of course, as always. Let's get to that 7,500 so we can celebrate it. Maybe Valeria has something for us there. I wanted to get to Li Auto as well. Look at this nice consolidation higher that I'm seeing. I'm looking to see if it can't take the top off again, but that would be like an 1850 break. I don't think it's going to hold this 25-cent range all day long. I'm going to go bracket style here. That 1825 will be the bottom break, and then the 50 will be the top. Once it's out of this range, I'm involved in either direction on Li Auto.
Yeah, Lee Auto. Yeah, it's another one that I don't know about. We weren't here. We missed Lee Auto. But okay, yeah, now really super happy about NEO still going up. We still got Apple in the money as well. Neil talked about Chewy. That looks like that faded out. I shouldn't have been so excited about that one.
Yeah,
but Chewy right now, it does get as high as 61 or change, 60 and change in the pre-market, but a nice little fade back downside right now. Let's take a look at Tesla. We haven't done that yet today during the open market, really. Anyways, Neil did mention a little bit of this move, but look at Tesla now just killing it to the upside here, just like my Apple. We're $1.50 in the money on Apple, and here goes Tesla right now. We don't have any shares, but 457. Wow, I didn't even write anything down on this stock, but what a 439. We talked about 437 breaking. That does not happen. So now Tesla back to the upside here. Watch out for just another break. This is a 1 minute chart. The 1 minute high right now, 458.25. Not sure if we do like it, but once again, guys, thank you so much. Hit that join button, hit that like button, hit that share button. And again, there's a little button called subscribe. We're trying to get to 75,000 shares. And I did want to say thank you to everybody as well. People remembering when we flossed it off, I believe that was 50,000. No, 30,000 was the floss, I think. And then 50,000, we popped off some champagne. More stuff to come at 100, which hopefully we'll get there sooner rather than later. What's up, B?
One that was moving last week, guys. We had a couple of days. It was two. Back-to-back days to the upside to end last week for Dave & Buster's. Negativity today, however, 4% to the downside. Still doing higher relative volume, though, for PLAY. Guys. I
want to let you guys to Workhorse. It's going to make a break here, a hard break. And, of course, I'm going to look to always fade these when I get a shot. It's going to be a quick scalp in and out before I can even finish talking about it. It does break this little mark here, 1785. I usually like the long end if it takes out the high. If it fails through like 1806, which is the pre-market top, that's usually not a long I want to be involved in unless I'm going to quickly snap back out of it. So first shot to the short side is not going to work. The second one will be if it fails at 1806, and I'll look for a top end break on Workhorse as well, guys. So that's going to be a hit. I want to let you guys know
look at Apple, though.
Rocket, it's been a bit of a, well, I'm not going to say rocket ride, but obviously it's been a bit of a roller coaster. I was able to get out some shares at 29.50. I did dig back in, but it just took out that bottom that we're trying for opening range support. So Rocket not nearly as bullish as I thought. I'll still go long on a 30 break, whether it's today or tomorrow. I think at some point that's going to be a good trade. It just feels like it's not going to be this morning.
I mean, and we're falling down some money right now. We're going to go bang for that one for everybody here looking at this beast of a stock today. And we just took some out there at 82. Look where we're long, guys. This is a one and done for me here. We go in one time on this break and we use some shares. You know what happens when we take out this thing? The big stick comes in for NIO. We hammer that one. It goes straight to the upside and bang that one out. Big time trade there on NIO. So this is 45 cents in the money right now, and then Apple's $1.50 in the money. Apple's still looking to take some out there. There it is, NEO. We just got 85s there. This stock, what a mover, man. That's a 50-cent win. This is $1.70 right now in the money on Apple. It does make that high, though, 128.75. Maybe let's take some out if it gets back up there. But right now, that's rocking and rolling. It's Tesla right now. Wow, 460, Neil. I don't know. This is crazy.
And the level I'm going to watch now is if we come back into the 54 to 50 range. I'm still holding Apple, and I feel like on the break, I kind of was looking at both. I did not take, I only took Apple on pullback. I did not take the first leg at Tesla at the same time. That's actually turning out to be a better move. Brendan, what do you got?
I've seen this GameStop a couple of times, guys. Apparently, Ryan Cohen, who is one of the co-founders of Chewy, has disclosed a 9% stake in GME. So nice little pop here to say the least. 18% for GameStop today, guys.
So that's where the bullish action I wanted in Chewy went today into GameStop. Okay, that's how it's going to be. We'll have to have a look at GameStop. I mean, look, you can talk at this pre-market break here to the top side, 650. I'm looking at 649 is the actual high I do see on this chart. It's probably a little bit earlier in the session, really early that you got that 650 mark. Certainly going to be worth a look for me in GameStop. The volume is okay, but watch back. I always love when you go to the higher time frame and you have double significance to a level, so you do see this top put in April. At 650, that's why I'm going to look for that break price. So let's get going on that one, guys. I got the order locked and loaded to go. Maybe we get Chewy today, maybe we don't. It certainly looks like we might be able to get GameStop through the top at 650.
Yeah, I'm just trying to add. I'm looking at Luckin Coffee here, LKNCY. Okay, so first of all, Apple making some moves. I still think we can take out the top there, so we will see if that one wants to go through or not. But here's LKNCY. I saw someone mention Luckin Coffee. I know Neil and Brendan don't really trade pink sheets too much, so maybe you didn't get this last week, but $2.60 up to $3, so up 18%. We're going to look at that, up 1 million shares so far today. But we did take Workhorse here on a trade, so a couple hundred shares here. We'll see what happens, how high this wants to go up, but it does break that level that we were talking about, 1806. I got 1809s here, so we're going to see how high Workhorse wants to go. I am also waiting for Tesla to break 262. If that happens, we're going to go long on that one as well. But here we go back to the downside is Workhorse. We do have that one right now on that break of the early high, 1809. It's funny because I wrote down 1825. Got a little impatient here. Let's see if we can go to 25 anyways.
Yeah, and XPEV, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go back and forth probably a lot on those. Tried to test back up through 22, slid back down. I'm going to look to jump into some shares on a consolidation lower. Of course, I did take 2/3 of this already.
There we go.
It did not break the bottom, but let's see if it can't a second time through. Again, this is just sort of something was noticed for last week's trading. It just seemed relatively weak for me. GameStop does break the top, so you'll see me long here, 53 on that breakout. Thank you to Brendan for giving this one to us. I'll go yeehaw action because this one's on him. Certainly, this little break through the high, but you got to check that higher time frame here. We'll celebrate the 10-15 cent win area in the first quarter and see if we can't run this up to 7. Love the higher time frame look, 650 today, and then going back to April. Brendan, what do you got?
Decent look here for Box-like guys. BOXL up another 9.5% again today. Recent high flyer way back when this thing got above 450, but they picked up a new contract in Colorado, guys, for some work with their education board.
All right, we're going to get out. I mean, this has just been a big, big day right now. I can't use the punching thing, so I don't know what to use now. I'm a little bit flustered here. We will use Explode Money because that's what we've done on Neil right now. Out at 89, big trade there. Still have a little bit on. Oh, yeah, and look at Workhorse. That is a banger because Workhorse right now up to 29. Bang, right there. A nice little trade on Workhorse to go again. 1809 long out some there in the 30s. Look, man, we're turning this day hella around right now. Long Apple, long Neo, long Workhorse. 3 for 3, baby. Let's just keep this party rolling. Tesla right now as well. The electric space moving, but Tesla coming back down. This is that level that I liked. I liked 462 to see if we can't break that next even dollar. Tesla fading back down right now, though. So watch out for Tesla, 462. We likey a lot. We're out of more than half of our Workhorse, so we're going to try to dump this. It goes up to 1830. Not a bad return off of an 1809 long, so happy with that. And now Apple, Neil, finally hanging above 128. Yeah. Let's see if it can make that next leg back up. We're still long at 126.60. There it is. This is what I've
said to stop. If it goes past break even, I'm going to cover that one. But to GameStop, I see you as CFU. I look at that same level in front of 7 even. One of the reasons why I gave you guys a 7 target area on GameStop is just going all the way back. You can go into late last year. It was like a 692 area here, so I round that up and call it 7. That's where I think the resistance would be ultimately on today's move. That's why I would jump out of it in front of that price. But it's still in the money for us. I'll get out in quarters all the way up to that 7 even mark. But good look there. That's exactly how I was thinking STFU. Brendan, what do you got?
It is so important, especially when you're first starting out, to stick to your plan. Have a plan, A, B, stick to that plan. Sometimes, however, it pays you off to be aggressive. This was one I was looking at earlier this morning. This is not the right chart on the daily side, but if you go out to the daily side for huge here, FSD, there's 375 up to $4. Really love that 375 area on a pop. But look at that flush. Great opportunity, 350 down to $3 now, guys, on Hugh.
Yeah, that one's making me sick because I was looking for the south side of that trade and just couldn't find my way into it. I'll go with backflip action because we got another quarter at 75s in GameStop. The other one is going to be XPEV, of course. I just mentioned to you guys the reload. It was a 22 break short. It then tried to get back up, failed through that price. I don't get it till consolidation down here in the 70s, but I'll again start taking some shares out in front of low of the day, and I always want to make sure I have something on board if we take out 2140, as long as this holds below 22 area. And again, you have this area down here at 22, but it's worth noting there's a lot of chop in this stock. I feel like if you're going with stop orders, you look at the spread, which can be anywhere from like 5 cents like it is right now to like 2 or 3. That's why hard stops at even dollars, not necessarily the best idea. Allow it to break a price, and the room will talk about this last week, and I'll double down on it. Allow it to trade in a price range sometimes, and that's going to be the better way to get out. So 22-hour treat is an area stop, guys. Joey G, we see your super chat. Thank you very much. We'll look at ALY. I haven't seen it today, so I'll jump that into my quote board and have a look for you.
Yo, what up, Joey G? What up? Okay, Apple right now, big time win, $2 in the money, and still going up, man. We just stopped off 128.60. We'll see what does happen there. Workhorse, we were dumping it, man. I mean, it looks like I was waiting at 36 to get some out there, but we've just been dumping now, and we're almost out of Workhorse. So nice little trade there, just to give everyone a little bit of an update on that. Oh, okay, there's the big flush. So like I said, we're almost out of that one. We did see some resistance up here, top side on Workhorse. Like, look, like stop. Like all of these wicks, they never closed high. So that's the one thing about when you're looking at stocks like this. All of these candles didn't close anywhere where we wanted them to. This closed at 23, but then the next one closing down here at 02. So yeah, Workhorse right now on a 1-minute chart. Looks like it may be overdone a little bit. We're going to wait back here, 1780, this little stop spot there. And then now NEO still making moves to the top side. We have 5% left. We're almost out of this. We'll get out of the rest at 1770 break. Actually, let's give it a little more room here, 1763, for a nice little cowbell winner there on NIO. So everything making us some money today. So it's been a good day back. Thank you for everything. And guys, remember, we're very close to that 75,000 mark. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe and join us up today. And I do want to give a big shout out to Brittany Grant. What up, Brittany? Nice to see you here as a new member. Thank you so much for that. It's the memberships that keep us going. So thank you so much for that. Here goes NEO back to the upside, like we said, resisting that 1770.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the first real pullback on Tesla, holding at 460 and change. 461 looks like that little top. It's trying to come back in. We're going to look at that 450 mark. That's where, ignore these wicks, guys. These are just like little dark prints that come down. It hasn't broken back towards that 450 until just now. I'm going to look to go long in front of it. If I can pick up a fill, that's going to be the idea. GameStop still working in the money for me, but XPEV, we did once again bounce off this low. So you get a double bottom at 2140. I'm going to have to make sure we take this one out, not for a losing trade. I want to make sure this overall is a winner, but you're getting double bottom action, finally finding a bit of a bid on XPeng. It's already 10 o'clock, guys. That means Brendan for happening now.
Already 10 o'clock indeed. 30 minutes just like that gone. Let's have a look at North American markets here, guys. Bit of a mixed story so far. You can see we are a little bit to the downside when it comes to the Dow. Now 0.5% to the downside, leading the way into negative territory. S&P 500 following suit to the downside. Look at the NASDAQ, though. Still positive, trying to lead this market back to the upside. Tech stocks are strong so far. The Russell to the downside today, about 0.5% as well. Some of the small cap names under pressure. Here in Toronto, the TSX, 0.65%. Down in Brazil, they're also in negative territory, more than a full percent to the downside for the BOVESPA. Some things moving around here in Toronto so far today. Gold stocks, for one, we saw a little bit of a bump in gold there right at the open. So Kinross, this is more about the volume, doing 2 or 3 times its normal volume at the open so far for K here in Toronto. Another one, ACB, big flush on ACB. Thought it might get above 13, but no luck. All the way down to 1240 there on decent volume for ACB as well. We'll shift over to the other big one, Weed here, Canopy, 2215, 2220, kind of these areas from Friday ended up being resistance. We're down to 21.5 for Canopy, guys. So some of the cannabis names definitely weak. We have gold stocks and energy names moving back to the upside. Back over to you guys.
And if we come out of Brendan for another hit for a winner, we'll go with Yeehaw. Why not? GameStop, another test at that high. And the reason why you have to identify a target sometimes on these, especially with a significant breakout, it was a daily chart look at 650 that caught us the break. You look at the daily, we got that 7. So if we're going to round out 10 cents, 15 cents away from that top that we looked at back in April, I'm going to take profit in front of it. That's just going to the way you do it as a scalper when you're doing a breakout trade. So I only have a quarter left. Break even stop now for the rest of it. So it either gets to that 7 mark or at least close enough to it to get me out, or we're going to break even. But 3/4 of that trade is going to be a nice win for you there. I'm still hanging on a little bit to that Apple. I still have that final third. You know, it was a very different trade for me, sort of catching it on this upward swing. It holds 26, it comes back up. This is where I'm in here in the 60s. I want to see it trade and hold above 128.50 before I start thinking about where to get back in, or even where to cover this one. Apple trending to the upside now rather nicely, so I'm not seeing a heck of a lot of reason to get out of this.
No, we like Apple. I'm still in that one. Let's check out some more Workhorse there at 20 as well. So all is good on that front. The one thing we do have now too is Luckin Coffee. We did take that on a 3 break. We talked about that one and why we liked it, or why I liked it anyways, on that break. So we'll wait to see now. Now you got to try to get out as it looks like it's trying to crash back down. But here we go, Luckin Coffee right now. Nice little mover to the upside. So we'll see if we can't cash out some of that. And I'm still in this Apple. We just did get cancel. We got some out here at 9s, so waiting to see on Apple, Neil, how high that one wants to go. Workhorse still working out for us well. That's a nice little trade here, up into the money. We just took some out like 20s, we said. And then Neo bouncing off of 18, which is all good because our out's going to be right down here, 1765. Give it to us, Bren.
Another cloud name here, guys. Cloudera, CLDR to the upside. Just took out day highs there on a huge monster volume spike through, I guess it was that 1325 area, but huge volume coming into CLDR, guys.
That's a big move. A big C with a big move to the downside. Man, I feel like I've missed a bit of a party on this. I tried shorting this a couple of times last week to mixed success, one good, one bad. I feel like I might want to play this if it's going to trend to the downside. There's been some short pops into this like 110, 111 area, which have been sort of worth the look for you. Obviously, this has just recently had some parabolic moves coming from 60 last week. That's why I want to show you this look. This is the range I'm watching, 110 down to 102. So holding below that 110 gives you some significant downside, despite the fact that we're down 16%. So, you know, you maybe even give that up to like a 112 mark. That's why I think the risk reward is a little bit different here. So I'm going to take a shot in this one. If it breaks like 112, fair enough. You'll see me capitulate on Big C, but I'm going to have to jump in and see if we can't get some locates on this. I'll play that range, hopefully all the way down to 102 if it's 105 goes at some point. Just also got all out of GameStop there. It did break down below that 650. So the final quarter, break-even trade. Overall, nice trade for us in GameStop. Now going to look for Big C to the short side, guys.
I like that Big C. I like those kind of those symbols there. Big C making the moves there. So good little trade there for Big C. Nice trade, Neil. Well, looking at that anyways. Neil right now looking at 18. Sorry, we were talking about that break. We already have this one long, so that's a home run. Any day you want to look at this one. Neil, look at this trade, guys. 1735 all the way upside. And by the way, I gave this to you on Twitter early, and it's on our watch list. Make sure you grab our watch list. Follow us all on Twitter as well. What's up, B?
Smile Direct Club, just noticed this one just broke $8 there on a volume spike as well. Getting into some significant areas, to say the least, on the daily time frame. One we haven't looked at for a while, guys. SDC doing some volume today.
Yes, you don't say.
Yeah, Smile Direct. Well, I mean, I just got into that Big C here. It was relatively cheap. I mean, it cost us 5.5 cents. To be able to short this per share on Big C, which when it's moving, 120 all the way down to 105, that's a huge range. I don't have to worry about it being worth it. I'm not going to give it past that 102, so sorry, 112, I should say. So if I can get my average price into like 111 or so, maybe like 110 and change, risk a couple of dollars, even if it only goes to low a day, not a bad idea. But it really has to hold that 112. Otherwise, I'd much rather try to play it in front of that 118 mark. So I've tried a couple times last week. I will probably give it at least 2 shots today. Big C, if it breaks 105, 102, the obvious next level down for me.
Yeah, and explode the money, rain the money down here right now. Not exploding, this is raining it down as we go upside. Look at this out right there on the high of the day on Workhorse. So that's another 25-cent win right there. And look what just happens to Neo. That one is a catapulter all day long right there. Neo just helping with the money, making opportunities today. Neo, 1738 all the way up to 18 and change. Yeah, that's a good trade there. So we out. We're not out yet, but we're very light on it. So just want to point that out to everybody that we do have this trade. Apple is falling back down now. We're basically flat on this. We're going to give this one some room, but not too much more than 127. So we break through 127, we'll get out. We're long at 126.60 here, guys, and it's coming down, Neil. So you got to watch out for this one.
Yeah,
look at the market.
I got out on the way back in there when it broke that 6 169. Ended up getting slipped a little bit, however. So we are at that final third. But I'm now looking at GameStop a little bit here. Bouncing down to VWAP, there was this opening range top about 635 right at VWAP here. If it can give you any kind of consolidation, this could be a nice little place to pick some back in. If it tries to make another push to 7, that'll give you a scalp. I think I wouldn't let it go too much past that little quarter mark. And then watch out for 6 even. I feel like in the middle of this range, I probably will not touch it. Too choppy for me. So either it consolidates here in the 30s, I'll jump in, see if it can't push back upside, or if it breaks, I need some sideways action at 6 even on some decent volume to get us back ramping to that sort of $6.90, $7 target range. We've already got 1 for 1. I want to pick our spots here as to where our next entry point is going to be. All I have is that short, of course, an XPEV, and then big C to the south side. My average price here is going to be, like I said, 110 and change. So we're risking about a couple of dollars depending on slippage. I will take some out if we test the low of the day. That's around 105. The next stop, if we break that, will be about 102. Sort of an obvious area of support when I looked at the daily chart, at least. So that's my read on these 2 shorts. I am going to look for a place to get involved into Tesla at some point. I just can't seem to find an entry point, guys.
I see this. Yeah, look, I'm glad Arun took the trophy, but I mean, look at this. Apple right now, dollar winner. Luckin Coffee. Monster wins here as well. I know you guys can't trade that. NEO, 65-cent winner right now. And Workhorse, I've traded 1, 2, 3, 4 stocks, all 4 winners right now. As Workhorse, look at this trade, guys. 18.10 up to 18.50 right now. So, yes, sir, this one is going. We could check back with Arun. Maybe he's made a futures trade today. Futures kind of choppy right here. We'll check back with him to see if there's been any kind of major moves that he noticed. We did break through 3,500. Now we're kind of hovering around there. So, yes, that's the trade. But right now, guys, it's been a cowbell kind of day. Apple, Luckin, NEO, and now Workhorse. Look at Workhorse. Bang! Through 50 right there. The cash flowing everywhere right here. So NEO, a nice little trade. Workhorse, a nice little trade up to 18.15. We'll drop the rest of these. This is a 36-cent winner. And this is why we say NEO all the time. Because, yeah, this is a 75-cent winner now on an $18 stock. Moving upside. Good trade here, guys.
Yeah, watch out for XPEV here. For those of you that are looking at this name, it's been a good one to the short side. I'm still going to hang on. And as long as we hold below this VWAP, hold below that 22, I'm going to be south side on this trade. It did attempt to break 2140, wick down, came right back up. So you're seeing a little bit of support. That's going to cause me to trail. I'll go to like 2155, 2160, and if it breaks through there, I'm going to be looking for a re-entry. So I will cover it if it does break back up, maybe like 10 cents or so. However, I'm looking to try to get back in front of 22, or if it takes out the low of the day one more time, guys. So there is some serious consolidation at this point. Worth adjusting the plan a little bit to keep ourselves nimble. The spread on Big C is like at times like 30, 40 cents. So if you see it go $1 in the money for me, like it is right now, I'm looking to see if I can't take 150 to 2 on the first leg before I consider taking out any shares there, guys. You're risking a couple of dollars. First target is going to be about a couple of dollars as well.
Yes, NEO, yeah, I mean, everything right now working out for us. I did want to look back at Tesla. I'm going to get some Workhorse out above 50 if we can for that 40-cent win. Okay, so here goes Tesla. Drops down here. I'm going to cancel. Well, you know what? We'll keep the order in there for now. But I was looking at a 462 break. That does require quite a big move back to the upside right now. So we're going to wait to see what Tesla does want to do. You know what, this 460 isn't bad. We could look at that. If you're just joining us for the first time, Neil and I look at multiple screens here. It's not just this one charting platform that we have. Well, it is the same platform, but multiple time frames, 12, daily, 1 minute, 3 minute, futures, charts, and whatnot. So we're not just trying to make these trades blind here. We are trying to go. So right now, Tesla, 460. We're going to have another look. Look at Luckin Coffee, though. We're long at 06 right now. It's back up to 17.18. So good little trade here on Luckin Coffee. But we are ready. Again, I missed this segment. One of my favorites, and it's upgrades and downgrades with Brendan at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, let's get you a few more things to have a look at so far today. Upgrades on this side, downgrades over there. You can see Beyond Meat on here once again. We were talking about this a lot at the end of last week. They came out with that e-commerce direct mail site that you can order their products and they'll come right to your doorstep. So 4+% again today for BYND. This one down here as well, Premier up more than a full percent on a couple of upgrades. Montage Resources, great opportunity if you're watching it right at the open. Nice flush to the downside, downgraded today and Saperda Therapeutics as well, another one that we've traded on the show, SPRT, the ticker there. Yeah, there's Beyond. Nice look right from the word go today through 134, 134.50. The pre-market highs were up to 138 for BYND. We'll shift over one more time here and have a look at NPTN, the other one that was right at the bottom of the downgraded side. Nice flush from 670 down to 635 for NPTN. Guys, back over to you.
Good look there, Brendan. I want to check you guys back in quickly on GameStop. So no consolidation whatsoever at that 35 mark. It is trying to make another ramp lower. I was going to prefer this 6 even area for a pullback. It does look like it's going to be a little bit stronger than that, at least in the short term. For me, I'm going to stay away from this one unless it gives me that entry that I like at that 6 even. We gave big C to that 112 mark. I'm going to, which one did I want to use here? We'll go with the flush down the toilet. I'll take it 2 shots before I give up on that short, but it's going to have to be a little bit higher, close to that 115 to 120, somewhere in that range. Right now, I'm sort of scoping out GameStop to see if it gives me a look in front of that 6 even, guys. That's the level we're looking for next. I did want to jump you guys quickly back over to Huge. Brendan had talked about this name. Bounce to the upside on Huge. It just came back above $3. A bit of a volume spike there just now as it is trying to make a bit of a base here. So a 293 bottom, holding 3 even. This could be the spot to pick it back up. I mean, Huge it turned negative on the session when it crossed 3.25. Now trying to get back into positive territory. If it can, it's going to be off this 293 to 3 even area that I'm going to go long in front of.
Brendan, maybe you can check out about Luckin Coffee because it is just like ripping up here today. I mean, I didn't hold enough shares of this. It's been a big trade. There's no doubt about that one. We still do have it. I hope we can see it on the board. Luckin Coffee right now long 306, but just keeps on making that move upside. So we'll see. I'm going to cancel the rest of these orders and just wait to go. But we're up 30%. Today, Brendan. So a good little move there for Luckin Coffee as we continue to go. NEO still 73 cents in the money and at day's high. So pigs get slaughtered, but we are a little too piggy there because we took some out a little too early for 20, 30 cents. But now NEO to the moon right here and still moving upside. We did put our Apple stop in as well, just to give you guys, we're $1 in the money off this long right now. So we're waiting for Apple to come back in and then we'll get out if it does break back down below 126.80 is going to be our stop spot on Apple. So that's what we're looking at right now. Oh, wow. Neil, AMD approaching all-time highs again of 87.75. So come on, AMD. There it is. There's the chart. What a runner upside here with AMD. So watch out. You want something to put your money into. This may not be a bad name right now. And we'll watch Intel as well.
Yeah, just going to let you guys know. We talked about different time frames here. I was going to answer that in chat for a Q. Look, a lot of these trades, it's a day trade that I'm putting on here. If I really believed in GameStop long term, maybe I would throw something in conceding that notion. But for me, it's just a simple break. It's a read on the chart. There's a catalyst to it. It gave you that nice little break. And I think you might see some buying. And as I'm looking at Chewy here, I feel like I was only looking at that technical 61 break the high, continue running to the upside idea on Chewy. It feels like the dip buy was obviously the way to go here. It is now very close to that 61. I do still have the order locked and loaded, ready to go. It's not nearly as good a break, I think, now as it would have been had it just immediately gone, but it gave you a $2 flush or $3 flush before coming in. Just watch out. It is getting rather close to that one. I did talk about that one. Not on our watch list necessarily, but definitely anything that was worth watching today. One that is Beyond Meat, starting to round back down. It's holding a consolidation lower. I'm watching if it retakes this 136 for a quick little scalp into 135 on Beyond Meat. I did pick up that some Huge at 308 in front of that 293 bottom and 3 even as well. It turned negative on the day. I look to see if it gets back positive and take some profit on the way back up.
All right, guys, and yeah, I mean, I just went short on Luckin Coffee now. So we go short right here, which is the purple. Oh, I'm going to change these to green. These ticks, it's easy to do on our chart. You go here, we could just check out the execution. So we'll put buy orders here because my chart crashed. I didn't do it, but we'll put back to green so you guys can see. There we go. So right now we're buying them back off this nice little short here on Luckin Coffee. And like I mentioned here, it's just moving around. So we'll wait to see if there's more news on it. I don't think there is. It's just a crazy stock. So that's what's going. Apple right now back to highs once again. We're still going to wait. We still are long this one. This is $1.50 in the money. So the Raptors, not much success yesterday. They've only lost to the Celtics in the bubble, and it keeps continuing. But we'll wait to see what's going to happen there. But right now, Apple, nice little $1.50 in the money on that one. So we're really happy there. $1.50 winner on Apple. Another 8-cent win on Luckin Coffee, Neo, and Workhorse, guys.
I'm now looking at NVAX, which is basically giving just about everything back. It doesn't give that patented setup that I usually like where it tests the actual top. That was all the way up at 120. It rolls over shy of that, unfortunately. But if it comes back to like 109, 108, 109 was the chop area for the breakout. If it comes back down there, you got to feel like if it doesn't hold this price, it could be a secondary sell. We've seen NVAX sell off more than just one, $5, $10 push in a day, and I wouldn't be shocked if 108 can't hold. Brendan, what do you got?
Just checking on Luckin, guys. There's nothing significant as far as headlines are concerned for Luckin. They were talking about some board members being reshuffled once again, some leaving, some new board members coming in as well. That was back on Friday, though, so still nothing new as far as today for Luckin Coffee. Valeria is watching all things over in Europe once again. What's moving over in Europe, Valeria?
Set to the best day ever and jumped almost 20% as Veolia company offered to stake in. That's all with Europe for now. Back to Brandon.
Yeah, it's some M&A news on that one. So it's VIE and SEV if you're on our platform. So SEV being bought by VIE, guys, over in Paris.
Okay, that's a lot of IEIEIOs there. So Apple right now 127.50. That's going to be our kill spot. Right now $1.32 in the money. So that's a good trade there. We're looking for some more names. I want to thank the chat as well. What's up to everybody on the chat? It's great to see everybody, and it's great to be back. And I got Luckin Coffee from you guys. You guys know maybe I trade pink sheets there. So that was a good trade, and we're still on Luckin Coffee. And just going to try to get some out right now. Let's go back to Luckin Coffee. The problem with the pink sheet, shout out to Jeff Mendel, is of course the liquidity sometimes can be a bit tough. But today you're at 2.5 million shares. So there's some liquidity here. And I know Robinhood, we had some problems with that apparently today. I don't even know if you can trade pink sheet stocks, but if you can, LKNCY, formerly Luckin Coffee. I think it was, what was it, LQ, Neil? I think it was, or LK?
LK, yeah, it used to be LK.
Yeah. So Luckin Coffee on the NASDAQ, now over here on the pink sheet. So watch out for that. Thanks for the update there, Brendon. Of course. Oh, yeah. And by the way, Workhorse still now at day's high. So the cash is falling down on some of these names as we go today. It's been a big one. Let's just keep the party rolling.
Yeah, I just want to jump you guys over to Virgin Galactic here on our watch list, of course, so make sure you check in for that every single morning and follow along as we're talking about our impressions of these names. And you're seeing the entirety of the opening range, at least the high end, held at 1828, pre-market top 1826 here since the open. Double bottom action at 1780. We did mention the potential break. You look at the daily chart and sort of the consolidation down at the bottom. This is why the breakout's entertaining. Just watch out. I am going to now, given this consolidation, how tight it is, I'm going to take a shot through the top here because I think this gets you almost immediately to that 1850. So I have double barrel orders because 1850 was the price that we looked at for a bigger break to the upside. If space is going to go, I like the fact that it's trying to coil on this gap up and has really shown not too many strong signs of failing through that 1780 or 1790 area. So I'm going to go two longs here. One scalp break, 1828 top. The other one will be when it goes to 1850 at some point, and that could be today. I mean, heck, at any point in the week, I'm likely to have that 1850 break. But first look through pre-market high as well.
Okay, Neil, here comes 462 on Tesla. And there it is. So we go long right now on Tesla. 462.25 here. Let's see how high it wants to go up. What about 465? We'll see if it wants to resist some up there. But right now, 462 and change. We're at 463 and still moving up. So nice little trade here on Tesla. Let's see how high it wants to go. But we may scalp some out and then wait for that 65. There it is. A nice little dollar win or so on that one as it's going to break through 63, hopefully there. And then we'll go. But right now, we are long Tesla. 462.25. Who are we ready for?
Small cap recap.
Small cap recap with Brendan. What's up, bud?
Hey guys, yeah, let's go back to small cap world here. Not a lot moving around in the pre-market as far as small caps are concerned. This was one of them though. Genworth, GNW in New York, big pop to the upside. This thing overall pretty weak, just sitting down here around $2 over the past month or so. There was a Chinese company that was interested in buying GNW. Apparently they now have financing in place for this potential deal. So popping up on that news this morning, still up 26%, was obviously a lot higher. Go out to the daily time frame, 370 370 to 380. Big time level on the daily time frame. So I wanted a heck of a lot more if this thing got anywhere close to 370, 380. But nice flush down to 280 on GNW. If I can just arrange my buttons here, we'll shift over to one more. There we go. We'll shift over to one more. VVPR, we talked about right before the open. This was a big mover on Friday, holding below $8 here going into the open. Love to see that tight little consolidation below a significant level. Gives you a really easy out. So if we do get back above this, you're obviously wrong. Need to reevaluate the trade. However, nice flush all the way down to 650 now. Again, nice little consolidation here for VVPR. So one of those days you kind of had to go back to think about what was moving last week. Gave you a little bit of an opportunity. Guys, back to you.
Just watching Apple testing towards this little top again, and we're looking at 129 early. We've gone one scalp trade on this one. I think I'm going to go for about a 128.50 off the top move on Apple. I did get into both huge, and of course I was talking about that XPEV, but I did want to jump quickly back to one other one, and that's going to be that GameStop trade. It does not quite get to that 6 even mark, but it is trying to ramp towards a secondary push. And I think that push, if you're looking at 635, this is now sort of the target 35 penny area. A failure through here, and this is where if it rolls over, fails to break and hold above 35, I'd then at least be looking at the short side trade through 6 even. So this is a trading range that I don't want to touch the middle of, but if it does give you a break and hold, you can try 35. But I'll also add to it if it fails here, like I said, a 6 even break. I'll have that stop order locked and loaded, ready to go. It is up 17%. It's all about momentum, guys. And when you're scalping in and out of something like this, no trades have I held longer than 5 or 10 minutes in a GameStop. So just wanted to get you guys to have that look. One more on the move is going to be that huge. Still in consolidation. It did give this spike a few minutes ago, made a bit of a bottom. If we can't hold this, this level here, that sort of a $3, $2.93 area, I think we're going to have to reverse. I think if it breaks to the upside and takes out that quarter, good shot to get maybe back to VWAP. But the volume really dying down on that one, which leads me to believe you got to go with the tighter stop here. And the more this volume decreases, the more likely I'm going to tighten this up to like $3 and think about that short trade. Because wow, I mean, huge wanted to be up today, but I guess not enough after the open.
No, they did not. And guys, help us get to that 75,000 mark, and bang, there it is. You want those bangs, and we'll hit the air horn today because look at Tesla, guys. We're long at 462. It's 465 right now, so nice little $3 win here on Tesla. We have that one. And look at Apple now as well. Apple at day's high. We're long that one. $1.75 in the money on Apple. And there goes NIO. Oops, we did it again. Here's a dollar winner right now for NIO as we continue to go to the upside. $17.38. Nice little runner here. Wow, thank you for all the love there on the chat. People reminding me, hey guys, Sean, you just hit that home run on NIO. Make sure it keeps on going. So we're going to do that for you as well. Tesla bounces off 465 there. I did tell you that we were going to put an order there. I pulled it. So we'll wait to see now if it can test back upside 465. That may have just been the run right there. We're going to get out if it breaks back down below 460, but right now Tesla making that move upside. Let's see how high it can go. If we can break through 65s, then upside, I'm waiting for 67s on that one. So a nice little win there. Apple $2 in the money, Tesla $3 in the money, Workhorse 70 cents, and NIO $1. So all good on this front, guys, as we keep on rocking and rolling. Just looking for some other names. Wow, there goes AMD.
Yeah, watch out for NVAX here, guys. You're going to see a very, very significant level from all of last week, and this is going to be this sort of 107 to 109 range, or 108 range that we have, with Friday. You go back to Thursday, Wednesday was an area of significance. So if NVAX holds this, look for a bit of a bounce of tracement. I do have an order to break out through this actual 107 bottom. So not necessarily right here at that 108, but 107 is going to be where we go short. Otherwise, if it can hold it and bounce to the upside, I think there's a bit of a scalp play for you there off of that bottom. Depending on which time frame you want to look at, it's pretty clear here that 107 mark on NVAX. Watching your Tesla just went through that 60.
Yes, it
you said
did.
67 is what you said.
We hit the dancing gorilla because right now it is party time as we continue to go. Look at Tesla, up, and away. Adios, amigos. A nice little $4 winner on this one. A nice little $1.50 on this one. On Apple, Workhorse, NIO, Tesla, everything. Oh, I guess I'm all about electric cars today. NIO long, that's $1 in the money. Workhorse, and now there goes Tesla up to 467 and change right now. So 466 and change, sorry. My order was at 467, but a nice little runner there. Mind our charts. Obviously, we're not down 78%. They got to adjust. tomorrow everything will look better and these numbers will make more sense. So off the split adjusted cost, that's what we're at. Hey, Valeria, how are you doing today? Good to see you.
Yeah, I actually, if we're talking about Valeria here, Valeria, where are we at right now? We're at 420 when I asked for the 75K subs. Obviously, we're not going to be there anymore. Are we getting closer?
Yeah, Neil, I'm glad to ask. We're just 260 subs away from reaching 75,000. So I believe we're going to reach 75,000.
But you also don't have your mic on.
Mike.
But it's on.
Oh, okay. Well, they'll fix it out.
That's the team.
Yeah, come back to us, Valeria. That's fine. We'll get Valeria's mic all fixed up. I don't know. The mics are probably good last week, and then I show up, and now they're all wrong. So I take full blame for that, Valeria. Okay, Tesla, we're still running that. I got to find a spot to get out here on Tesla in case we come back down, because this was a $2 winner. Then we just took some out at 465 off of 462 long. So that's $3. And again, split adjusted, it's 5 times 1. So $3 winners kind of like a $15 winner. I know that's not the way to equate it, but with a new Tesla and a new Apple today, we got to sort of pull back our expectations. Like, I didn't think we'd have a $1.50 win here on Apple, but we do, and that's a good one. And I still think Apple has more to go, especially if these futures go. Look at the futures, man. It's ZZZ all over the place here. Sleepy time as we go. What's up, Beep?
Not a huge mover today, guys, but GEVO, this GEVO, if you remember from way back when, a week and a half or so ago, we had this huge move up on this thing from penny stock status up to above $2. Again today, this thing doing more than 14 million shares to this point. All kinds of liquidity and volume, guys. Not a huge mover, but if you like the ones that do, lots of volume and have lots of liquidity. GEVO still on the volume list, guys.
Yeah, I got to be watching GEVO. I mean, that's one that we sort of beat up to the downside, and it's really one of those sort of slower stories, and it's worth noting, it really wouldn't shock me at some point if we get a break of that dollar mark. And if that happens, you're going to want to watch out that day. We've seen some big plays. Last week we were able to get a couple of those names for like 20, 30 cent type wins. So you get that 25, 30% return. I'm going to hold off until it gets some actual, the volume's good. I just want to see some actual volatility in there as well. And that's probably going to be when it takes out like a 115 and then heads out for this bottom at $1. So watch that this week. I think that's going to be the real play on GEVO. NVAX is trying to bounce off that 107, so forget about that short for now. Look to see if it can hold here. There might be some gap fill to the upside on NVAX. Remember, $120 it was in the pre-market.
Okay, guys. Yeah, and please help us with those subscribers. We're close, man. We're 250 away from 75,000. It's a major milestone for us. Apparently, no one wants to hear my voice or Neil's voice, but maybe Neil's, not mine. But Valeria's voice is the important one. So let's go back. And Valeria, is your mic okay? Let's see.
Let's see. So, Sean, we're just 260 subs away from reaching 75,000 of subscribers. I believe we will reach 75K today. What do you think? Sean?
Me? Yes, hell yeah. Sorry, guys, I was just looking at Tesla. Of course I think we're going to reach. I think we might even reach 76,000, believe it or not, as we keep going upside here on Tesla. Sorry, Valeria. In the money now, almost $5. So there you go. Valeria, would you drive a Tesla if it was up to you? I know you're more of a Mercedes or BMW kind of girl, but I'm sure you'd drive a Tesla.
Yeah, I like Tesla. I find, and it's eco-friendly also, right?
Apparently, yeah. Okay. There we go, guys. So if anybody wants to send a super chat worth the value of a Tesla, we will make sure that gets passed along to Valeria there. So what up, B?
Another one, guys. Walmart. We mentioned Walmart with the TikTok connection. Also, there was a downgrade on this as well. So we were talking about Microsoft still being a little bit more relatively strong versus Walmart here. Trying to push to day lows here on Walmart. Again, there was a downgrade on this one as well, guys.
I mean, you're really going to have to start to watch some of these levels. The downside on Walmart, 136, 30 even, and 136 even. Both of those two are going to be watching. We talked about Chewy off the offset. I wish I wasn't only looking at the break and had been watching for a pullback, but Chewy just took the top off. So got the 61 long here, slipped to 02s. We'll see how far this one can go. We got the fresh high break on Chewy. That's why we were looking at this one. So this is what it's all about. I mean, ultimately, yes, it would have been a great dip buy. Fair enough, but we're looking breakout here in Chewy. I'll give it maybe about 60, see how far this one wants to continue to the upside. So add that to huge. Bit of a bottom pick on that name. And of course, still going to be looking for a 60 even GameStop break at the bottom, guys. Look for that short.
Yeah, and Tesla right now making moves. So we're really happy with what Tesla's doing now. $7 into the money right now. That's a chicken dinner winner, man. $7 on this split adjusted Tesla trade. A nice one. So really happy. Break 69, baby. Let's go. If we can get that, then we are laughing right now. Out some there for $1, then out the rest at 65. Like we said, we always talk about having a plan, and now we go more upside right now on Tesla, breaking back upside. There it is. Let's go through 69, baby. There it is. Cowbell winners for Tesla today. Nothing but moves to the upside. Wowzers. I own this stock. I'm loving this stock. This, I guess, is all-time highs. Right now, if we go split adjusted, 463.70 was the all-time high. So now we are well above it. 470. This is a $7 winner, guys. Split it 5-1. This is like an old $35 winner right now on Tesla. So let's just keep this train going upside. 470 right now. A nice little win here on Tesla. $7. Let's see what happens as it breaks over now. 470, hopefully. My trail, though, 465. So if it comes back down to this area, we're going to get out of it. But right now, Tesla letting it ride to the upside. How high will it go? We do not know, but there it goes. $8 in the money on Tesla.
Yeah, so far, first nice little break on Chewy. Successful. We're getting a move to like that 61.50 area. As always, I'm going to likely take out that little scalp idea for the first 50-cent move. That's like 61.50. Anytime you have all-time highs or, you know, those types of breaks where you don't have significant levels, it's just worth noting sort of the scope of the move. You did have these pullbacks into like 60.50. So you have this sort of 50-cent chop zone. That's why I'll use that 50 as a first out to the upside. You're probably giving it to there at least on a pullback trade. And if I do take some out, I will be looking to add on a pullback if I can. Who knows where Chewy's going to go. We like this one off the open. We talked about it. The problem, of course, with pre-market action was why I didn't love the dip buy or even buying down in front of 60 on the way back in was it was such a low volume trade. 16,000 shares it had done when I first looked at it. But it's getting going on the open here, so I like Chewy to the upside. We'll hang on to it even if we get that 60-50 break. I do want to jump you guys back to Big C. Took one shot and failed. Second shot was supposed to be if it actually tested back into this 115 to 118. That hasn't happened, guys. So unfortunately, I don't see anything on Big C unless we get into this price range. 120 would be a break. If it does that, I feel like a lot of shorts are going to be feeling the pain, and you get some squeeze possibilities into that 130 mark. But I'm staying away from it till I see either consolidation sideways, 16 to 18, or a 120 break that breaks the back of some shorters that I can take advantage of for a long break. So we got Chewy long, huge long, looking for a few other trades here. Huge isn't looking too good, but I mean, Chewy looks like it could go to the moon, guys.
Yeah, Chewy, good one. And yeah, as a shareholder, we go bang for Chewy as well. We love that stock moving upside. And here goes, I've adjusted my stop now to 465. I may even do 467 down here so we can make sure we capture, again, at least $5 on this one. So 467, I think we'll readjust our Tesla trade. Here it comes back down. We'll still give it to 465. Why not? Here it comes right back down. Oh, maybe not. Spread, though, guys, still 40 or 50 cents when it wants to go. So congratulations to everybody that's on Tesla today. As well with me, so good trade there. Neo comes out. That's a banger there. Hit the catapult. What a trade here. Taking this early, man. 937 all the way up and all the way up again. Just getting out on this little break. We didn't capitalize on it as much as we should have, 1840, but again, this is that small 5 or 10% that we have left. You guys know that's how we normally run things on that one. Luck in Coffee, we take the short at 15. It's now trying to crack through 10s. Not much volume. It sort of died off a little bit here on Luck and Coffee. Workhorse still 17 cents in the money, but coming back. This one will be coming out very soon as well on an 18 break. We've just been crushing all of these stocks, but now they're starting to fade back in. Check out the futures, 35.05. Stocks coming back in a little bit now. What's up, Brandon?
Just having a look at Alexion, guys. ALXN, 8%. Nice move on this one from 107. This is 107 right at the open. We're at 115.5 right now. Just made day highs on ALXN. Not seeing anything significant as far as news is concerned with this one, but big move up for ALXN, guys.
Oh, don't say that to me, because you tell me a move like this, and then you tell me there's no news, and it's going to be hard to get away. Look, I don't like trading these blind, but if we don't find something as to why this is up, it's going to be a shorter sort of dream. At this point, you don't want to trade things blind, guys. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit risky to do so. I can tell you, even with the volume good, liquidity is sketchy at best here on Alexion. If you want to have a good position size, I would at least want to know what's going on with this and make sure I'm not trading in the absolute dark. I do want to jump us quickly back over to Beyond Meat, another runner from this morning. This one looking to hold a little bit to the downside here. So you're seeing it hold this sort of chop area, that 136.20 to 40. What I was looking for initially, you look at the daily chart here, like 139 gives you the best possible break. So if we're going to hold below it, I think there is a shot to sort of retest the top and then roll over. The current high, 138.25, you're splitting hairs at that point. If it gets a ramp back to the upside, I'd at least think about at least shorting it the first time through, and much prefer the 139 break some point later on in the week, or maybe in the afternoon, to this 138 quarter top. I didn't get a reload in Chewy. That's only because I wanted to see it test back through 61. It is still in the money, but I want to buy that one if I can a little bit deeper. 60.50 would be that support area on the pullback.
Okay, so 467. We're out now of Tesla. Coming back to 465 there. So we do go out on Tesla there. We're waiting now for I got in and out there. I took too many shares short, so we got out right away. So that's why you see this little buy action there. We are not long Tesla now. It should be showing us flat. There it is. Yeah, those are right. Long workhorse, short Luckin, those are right right now. So we're going to wait to see here. I like this kind of a break at 467 again. That'll be when we go long. We'll try it one more time on Tesla, but Tesla, one of my biggest winners of the day. So we will say air horn for Tesla, and also an air horn, and we throw it back to Brendan.
I did find one story here, guys, for this Alexion, ALXN. Yeah, look at this thing, through 116 now, volume still coming in. So there's a blood disorder treatment that Novartis has for patients of severe cases when they're in hospital. They can now apparently transition to a new drug that Alexion has once they leave hospital. So on a continuing basis for this specific blood disorder. So that was the news for ALXN. Up on that, guys.
Yeah, this is why you don't trade blind, guys. If you look at Alexion here and go to the daily chart, you're going to see probably like 120 to 121 is where I would be looking to see if it can't turn around. So this is why you don't want to be blind here. If there's some real juice to it, I want to see it trade through a real level before thinking about a pullback. It's only 8%. We've seen some of these names move a little bit more on news like this. So I'm watching that 120 to 121 area probably before a rollover. That'll be my first look. I do want to get back over to the rocket ship. Rocket, I tried to mix results this morning, and it just falls to the downside. So I'm bullish on the stock overall, and once again, Rocket does fail me. Last long, of course, was in front of that 28.85. Thankfully, we take that one off. It continues to fall to the downside, approaching 28 even, and there he is. I see Callaway. We see you. Callaway missed you, and you missed him on Friday, actually. We, of course, had in our Guest Trader of the Day segment.
Oh, was he on?
Yeah, Michael was on Friday, so you did miss him out. You did miss that one, Sean, unfortunately.
Yeah, what up, Callaway? We're back here today, so good to see you again. We did take Apple on that break of 128.40. We got 48s there, and then we got out some 63s. So a nice little quick scalp win on that one, and we're going to dump the rest again if it comes back down here. Look at these
75, right?
Yeah, these wicks are still happening. So that was the new high of the day there, about 128.75, and that's right where we got out, 65. So we're going to wait to see, give this one a little bit more space. Now we just put our stop order at, if I can check this correctly, 127.70. So that'll be about a 70-cent risk on this one. So I am expecting this to go probably up to 129 here. Just like Tesla, man, keep the train moving on Apple. And talking about Tesla, it's getting close to me getting right back in now, 467. Let's see how high this wants to go. But watch the futures here. They're dipping down a little bit, which is hurting the Apple trade. Uh-oh, the Valeria dance is in the building. So we are trying to get to 75,000. I don't know if that's what that was, Valeria, but you tell me what that little dancing emoji was for.
Hey guys, we reached 1,000 of likes. Thank you very much. And by the way, we're just 200 subscribers away from reaching 75,000 subs club. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet.
And looks like that's good news, but bad news for Walmart, at least in the short term. Looks like 136 got taken out. Brendan, of course, mentioning the downgrade, the bad news there on Walmart. And of course, remember, they're still involved in that bid for TikTok, which could be running into some snags when we talk about the announcement that came over from China possibly blocking it. But I'm looking at this bottom here in the pre-market and then this ramp at 136. Like I said, scalp type trade into the low of the day. Maybe give it back up to that 136.50. Always make sure you know what style you're doing on that. I don't really think it's going to be any kind of a long hold on Walmart, just like that breakdown to the downside. I look at Chewy here. And, you know, like I said, it might not have been the right call to wait for a deeper pullback. It gave you the 61s here. I could have got back in. But it does not break that high, that 61.50 where we said. So I'm still holding for a 50 break. And, of course, looking for a pullback into this consolidation where I can add some shares. Chewy still in the money, of course, for us. About 30 or 40 cents. I want more than that, and I want that 50 break, guys.
Yeah, let's get some more of everything right now. Tesla right now moving, and we've got this one back at 467. So we're going to see if we get out at 469, 69, all the way to the upside here. We'll see if we can blast through and get this and watch what happens at 470 right now on Tesla. So all good on the Tesla front so far, guys. Another winner here, long 467, $2 in the money, looking to get out here as my eyes don't want to stop looking at this thing, but I don't know. We'll see if it wants to test through 470. That does make sense to me. Our bottom's 464, so we're going to give this one a little bit of space here on Tesla. Now making a move. We're trying to get out before. There it is. Bang! Nice little trade there. Chicken dinner winner. Let's see what happens now through 470 on Tesla. What a beautiful trade. What a beautiful day today so far as we continue to go. Apple's trying, guys. It's trying. It's bouncing around here. We may dump some Apple. It doesn't look like it's as spicy as Tesla, but good trading so far today, guys.
Yeah, and then for me in Apple, again, I'm trying to see it take out that top. I'm trying to hold for 128.75. At some point, it might be a bit of a buy off of those little dips into VWAP there every single time. Feels like the scalp is a better play. We did get into that Walmart, of course, but wow, is it already 10:40? Time flies when you're having fun. We need to get to the big screen. It's time for Sector Watch with Brennan.
Hey guys, yeah, we'll have a look at the overall S&P 500 having a little bit of software issue today, so we'll hopefully get through this. Negative 0.05% to the downside for the overall S&P. You can see right front and center energy stocks making up a lot of that negativity here. HFC, BKR, and PSX leading the way as far as energy names are concerned. There are individual healthcare names that are helping to offset some of the weakness in the overall healthcare sector. So WST 3.8%, that Alexion, yeah, 7% to the upside, so that's in the pharmaceutical names, but healthcare stocks are definitely strong on the day. This is where most of the negativity is coming from as far as the market is concerned. Industrial stocks, TDY, HWM, URI, all 2.5+%. Down here, consumer discretionary names, some of the apparel makers. There's Under Armour again today, really negative last week, again today 2.5% to the downside. MHK and PVH as well. Retailers also in negative territory. Outside of that big one, Amazon up 2% today. Some of the hotel names back in negative territory, MGM, Wynn. There's Marriott, DRI, DPZ as well. Hilton down there as well. So we're talking about some early strength in travel names. If you came in the pre-market, a lot of them were gapping to the upside. Back to the downside they go. Once again, tech stocks, these ones over here, nicely positive, led by Apple, 2.5%, STX and Juniper. The software makers, though, in the red still on the day. LDOS, MA, DXC, and V among the leaders to the downside. LRCX, we talked about that one in the semis group, down 3% as well. Overall, not a big move for the market. We are negative 0.07% only. Guys, back over to you.
Negative market, you say. And what's up to everybody? Hey, what's up, guys? Okay. Oh, Apple just comes out on a bad wick there, so we got to get more in. That happens to us way too often here, so I do apologize for that one. We do have a bad wick there on Apple, so I did get out there, did not mean to get out. That sell is incorrect, so we go back long. So I was just going to update you on my Apple position, but now the price is going to be a little bit off there. So yeah, we get stopped out on some of these bad wicks, so we got to wait for that. So that's Apple right now to go. So we're long Apple still. We've got Luckin Coffee somehow short here. I don't even know what's happening, but yeah, we're going to wait to see here. So Apple long right now, Luckin Coffee, we're out. Tesla with a big win, guys. We got out at 469.80 there. Look at our longs. Long, This was not a long right there again, 467 and change. So Tesla making moves. We're going to wait for 464 to break. If that doesn't break, we'll just keep holding this to the upside, hopefully here on Tesla, Neil. But that's what's happening right now. I'm probably going to lighten the load a little bit here, but it has been a successful day on my first day back here. It feels nice to be back in the saddle. I did want to give a big shout out to Arun for covering better than we could have ever expected, I think. Arun, a true professional. Thank you so much
and Sean, 157 subs away. So thank you guys for all of the support. I mean, it's fun to see that number grow, that community grow as well. And, it's really nice to see. And I just want to jump back to, actually, interesting question there. What does long mean? Long just means we bought a stock, looking for it to go up, if that's what your question was. I just saw it in the chat. I want to make sure you guys know what we're working with here. Speaking of long, I might actually be looking for the long break here on NVAX. I did say if it holds this consolidation, and this is 107.50. 107 was the level I looked at when I jumped to a higher time frame. And again, if we get a breakthrough like this 109.50, I'll go long on this NVAX, see if it can't fill the gap. It's a bit of a positive, or sort of a positive to negative, then back positive story as well. 107.74 close. You'll see it's flat on the day, but this was way up there in the stratosphere at 120 at one point. So look for a 109.50 break. Now that it's consolidated, I'll look for a break back up, hopefully all the way to VWAP.
Yeah, we also do want to remind people, remember, we do have our educational segment. I don't know if it's going to be on my board or not, but coming up right here. No, it's not. There it is. Okay, there it is. There's Valeria. Risk? Yeah, what's up with that? So we're going to find out about risk and how to possibly avoid blowing up your account and whatnot. So that's with Valeria, or with all of us after. But nice picture there. Better her than us, that's for damn sure. As now we're going Apple to the north side now with a grid trade here as well. What is this? Oh, yeah, we hit this before. Let's see. There it is. Yes, sir. I was practicing my backflips, and believe it or not, I can do that. No, I cannot. Okay, 128.50 now. Apple moving to the north side right now. Good trade on Apple, guys.
Yeah, I just want to get you guys back. We were talking a little bit about that Beyond Meat. It is trying to hold back to the upside here. You're going to see VWAP 136.50, 136.60 or so, trying to roll over. I think there's going to be an opportunity for us at some point. What I would always say is when you get these moves to the upside, and you get slight consolidation, you get the volume dying down, but you know it's an in-play stock, watch out for that 130 look as well. And I think if you get a break through any of these tops, call it like 136.50 or call it 137.40, then it could happen sometime after the show. It's worth it for the momentum play on those secondary pushes. Beyond Meat does have a bit of a spread, so it's a little bit spready here. Got to watch out, 20, 30 cents at a time. Thank you very much, Peter Penduko.
50K profit goal.
That's what we talked about. Good look there. Good look there on Tesla for you.
Yeah, thank you so much for that look on Tesla. 50K, I'll take the $5 from you there as well. Thank you so much, Peter, for that as we continue to go. Look, guys, this Tesla's still $1 in the money. I mean, you didn't make 50K, I don't think, off this trade, but hopefully you're in it on the long side. It's been a good day. Thank you so much, Peter, for that. Look at Apple. Bang! Good trade here on Apple as we continue to move to the upside right now. We're long at 30. I'm going to wait for some 50 action, or sorry, 60s action on this one as we bounce around 50. This was sort of my ignite point to begin with before we take some more down here. So we're going to wait to see what Apple does long now. And I may adjust my stop here. Everything okay back there?
Don't worry. Okay. The production team just breaking stuff back there for you. It's all good. No, we're all good. We're all good. Nothing happened. I think maybe someone dropped like a water bottle or something.
Guys, $3 now.
I want to get back. Look, watch this ramp on huge, guys. What's going to happen here is if it takes out 310, I'm going to add to this position. The longer it consolidates, the more I'm going to like to break in either direction. I'm going to hang on for dear life. If it breaks 3, we're out. But if it breaks 310, I'm going to take more shares into huge to see if it can't fill some of this gap back up to the upside. This was at $4 in the pre-market. Some room to run if it does.
Neil, I just want to bring everyone's attention to Tesla right now because it's at not because I'm long and $4 in the money, but it's at 470. It just went there twice. Before resisting the break. So, yeah, 470. It just looked at that right in the face. Oh, and Apple, hells to the yes right there. Apple on the split today, booming upside. So another win here for Apple for us there. Big time trade happening right now. Out at 69 there, 128.69 off of a 128.19 long. Thank you so much to everybody. Hit that subscribe button today, man. We're trying to get to 75,000. Let me.
I'm going to hit a refresh. Into Apple if it takes this top, but it keeps resisting.
Yeah.
Look, I apologize. I am looking at it on another one of my charts here. 128.75 is that top. It has yet to break it, but that's the next trade I'm looking for in that name. I just wanted to quickly go back to where is it? Nope, at the bottom, Walmart, guys. holding that bottom, so it's still in some consolidation, but it's trying to hold
There goes
that
Tesla,
bottom to the
guys.
downside. But Apple about to break any second. We got to go to Money Talks. Brendan, what do you got?
New lows on the dollar today, guys. Let's have a look at the DXY index, dollar index, US dollar index here. Look at this. This goes back to beginning of July. So we've been in this kind of downward trending channel here since the beginning of July on the US dollar index, taking out this prior low, coming into 92 now on the US dollar index. That means all of these are significantly higher so far today. The euro leading the way, 0.4%, 119.5 for the euro. Look at the Canadian dollar up 0.5% today, 76.75. British pound, 133.6. Back into positive territory. It was negative earlier. Swiss franc and Japanese yen not really doing a heck of a lot, offsetting each other. Australia and New Zealand also higher on the day as well, both quite nicely, in fact. I wanted to point out this one. Look at Ethereum. 10% move to the upside today for Ethereum when Bitcoin is not really doing a heck of a lot, about 2%, 11,730. But back to 430, that 430 to 425 area, interesting for Ethereum. Recent highs there, guys, up 10%. Back over to you.
I mean, I can't. Tesla is just, ever since Valeria said she wants one, I mean, this stock is just ripping to the north side there. Tesla, we're still long. Bang, bang, bang. Tweeted all of these trades out today. Tesla, 472. This is another $5 winner. I mean, we had $7, $8 winners here. Still going up like a remember, split adjusted, man. $5 winners like $25 right now on the stock. So we just keep on making moves to the north side here on Tesla. And I don't have any targets except for bang it out all the days on Tesla. I know you guys are loving that. Thank you to Peter for that one. And yeah, we're back, baby, here. We got 65-cent winner now. Neil's talking about breaking the top here in Apple. We've got that long as well. We've got the long in Tesla. That's $6 in the money. And then we have a long in Workhorse. That's $70 in the money. What's up? I forgot all about this. What's up to Hydration Nation, all our members today, smoking with the water. So let's get going here. The market's not even moving. And look at the damage on the bottom here. Apple, Luckin, Neo, Tesla, and Workhorse. It's all popping today, guys.
Yeah, waiting for a bit of a breakdown in that, Alexion. He just broke this tight consolidation at the top. 118 double top. Just broke 116.50. I'm going to slide into some shares off the ladder there. See if you can't get this one back to first 115, then down to maybe even to VWAP. It is solid news, and we did identify maybe a 120 level. But if I look at a double top at 11 o'clock, you know the setup that I'm going to be watching. I don't want necessarily on this consolidation want to give it the high of day. I'll give it 2 cracks. This will be the first shot on ALXN to the downside. Of course, I still have Walmart short. Apple did break the top, and it is starting to go, so I am back into this one after a first long. This is at 120.875 area, but watch out for 129 here. Just sort of looking at this level. Yeah, there's a few shares up there. I think it's one of those things where it's not a horrible idea. I'll take some out and then look to get some back in on a bit of a break. So if it wants to give us a 129 break as well, I'll go with a scalp and then get some more shares in on this break.
Yeah, we're still long that 20 there, so that's a good trade. Here comes 129, just like Neil said. Boom! Siren alert right there. A nice little dollar win now on Apple. $6 winner on Tesla right now, and a 50-cent win on Workhorse. So things are rocking and rolling. I see everybody saying, Sean, look at AMD. Sean, look at AMD. Neil, Brendan, everybody. Yes, sir. AMD up 5%. Was there an upgrade on this stock today, guys, or something? Because we brought this to your attention down here at 87, and yeah, off that break, hallelujah, straight moving up to the upside there. So that's a big one. I did want to say, Neil, I know you're a big fan, so am I, but rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, of course, there. Great actor there. My kid loves Black Panther. I actually tweeted out that we just finished watching Black Panther a couple weeks ago. Jackie Robinson, the movie there. I think it was just called Jackie. I think it was 42.
42. He was fantastic.
Yeah,
so I actually just watched another one on Netflix. It was like Seven Bridges. It's one of those things, and what I take away from it is like, ultimately, you never know. Just be kind to each other. Pay things forward.
But it's just like how solid is he? Like filming 4 or 5 movies there.
That's what's amazing.
Battling cancer, amazing. And I sent out that tweet and got a lot of love from that. So I know that's why I brought it up. A lot of our viewers, obviously, into pop culture and stuff like that. So what's up with that? And go Raptors as well. So, but Chadwick,
they got to figure that out.
They'll figure it out. They'll figure that out. AMD, anyways, as we go, guys, we'll wait to see. Maybe Brendan has something. What's up, Brendan?
Yeah, not seeing anything in the way of AMD, but that whole group, as we just saw on the sector watch there, that whole group kind of strong today, guys. So AMD definitely leading the way. I want to mention this one as well. It was I want to double check here, the Texas Teachers Retirement Board, Texas Teachers Retirement Board, making a big investment into Snapchat. So nice little cash infusion, lifting Snap up today, but we're right back down to this 2250, which was the prior kind of resistance area on the daily chart. So watch 2250 here for Snap, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to keep sort of the in and out play on Apple. It just took some shares out, a couple of legs to the upside for quick scalp trades, and try to hang on to the rest on that push. The one thing is, because of these wicks here, I'm going to have to adjust the way that I get out. If I see these dark pool prints, I'm not going to use a stop order that will be triggered by them. It's going to have to watch this one manually, at least for me, on this name. I do want to jump you back to ALXN here. It's still in this consolidation range, but it's put in a bit of a 117 top that I want to work with. I'll use that as my first out, and then see if it breaks down to that 115 to give us a retracement win. Yes. Positive news, fantastic for them. Just looking at the double top here, and then the consolidation lower to see if we can get a roll back into VWAP. That's the idea. It's not to say that I don't believe in their news or believe in the stock. It's just a nice little setup, giving a little bit back and giving it to me here to the shorts on Alexion. And to the positive, there goes Apple, 129.50.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have many targets, but I'll very likely be out in front of 130 and looking for a 130 break to keep it simple.
And we say yes, 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 as we just continue to go, man. $8 winner here on Tesla, times 5. That's 40 last week. Apple right here, guys. Like Neil just mentioned, you took some out at 50?
I did already take another leg out, and
okay.
we'll look to see if it goes to 129. Who knows?
I think we'll do the same thing there. It's bouncing off 50 right now. This is a $1.30 winner. So, yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Take some out. But, look, we knew this was going to happen on split day. So here we go. My two big stocks, Apple, Tesla, still moving. Luckin Coffee has been a beauty, but now we slow down. Look at these longs on Luckin Coffee. Long, long. And then we go short here, cash that. Short there, cash that. Short here, cash that. Now we'll wait. Yeah, Tesla still moving up. Oh, my out has been back here now. I'm going to take it out if it just breaks through 472. So watch out for 472. We'll take $6 on Tesla if that one wants to go. Good out by Neil there at 129.50. We're going to take some out right now and then let the rest roll on Apple. But the futures now looking, I mean, look. This is what we mean. I know Arun is in the house, but the futures today not doing much. Probably a good day to sit back on here. And again, I'm not sure of the levels Arun was talking about, but we need to get higher. 35.20 probably for a breaking spot. But what's up, B?
I mean, the most obvious one there, 3,500 to the downside as well, guys. Couple of things to keep in mind if we do start to move back to the downside here. Some of the retail names definitely weak on the day today. Not a lot of volume involved in Home Depot, but we are looking like we might want to break to fresh day lows. Another one here real quick, Target as well. Again, not very actively traded, did gap to the upside, but another one testing day lows here, guys. The daily chart very strong on Target, though.
Yeah, and that's the same thing I'm seeing in Walmart, but not much follow through through the bottom there. But I want to get you guys back to Virgin. We talked about both like a 30, 1830, and a 50 break at some point. It breaks the consolidation to the downside. So space here, looking like it wants to retest that 1750. And look, if it does continue lower, I would love to see some sideways action and maybe take that part, a little bit of that party. But I want it along. I don't see the setup for it at all unless we get a serious dip and then some sideways play that I can take advantage of. So I'm going to file that one away for maybe later on in the week. No need to force a trade over in this one. I will get you guys back to Walmart because we just talked about, Sir Brendan just talked about the retail idea. I've been basically sitting in this since that 136, and that's where my price is, $35.99. Has shown no signs of either bouncing, but starting to roll over here. I mean, the tech, we're back to towards that 121. We're just above that 3,500, flat day overall. But if retail is going to start dragging it down here, I think Walmart does finally give me my move into 135, and all I had to do was say it. And we broke again this 136. So 10, 15 cents, not enough for me. First leg will be out 50s. The next leg out, our target was down here. Pre-market low 134.80. I'd be out probably 135.
Look, I mean, I'm not home right now, but the wife sends me this picture here. These are my kids. You see, they're out on their scooters right now. but they're still in their jammies, guys. I mean, this is 11 o'clock right now.
Hold on.
Get those jammies off and let's get going here, guys. But thank you to my wife getting them some extracurricular activity there. Always nice to see. Workhorse, I don't know what this was all about. I don't think it actually went down here. If it did, I would have been alerted to that, I think. But we're going to get out here on an 18-15 break to the downside. But what's still moving upside is Tesla, now near day's high. And this is that $8 winner that we got on for you. So we are waiting to see what that one wants to do now. Tesla, bang, there it is. $9 now as Tesla just keeps on moving up. Remember, 9 times 5, $45 win right now on Tesla. Back what it was on Mondays or on Friday. Today's Monday, I think. Back to the upside now, Tesla. Hope you're enjoying the show, man. This has been a monster day for us. Still moving upside, and Apple moving upside as well. We just took some Apple out there. We'll see if it tests one more time. But hey, the party's in today, and we're loving it.
Yeah, 100%. Can't deny that. I just want to. We just got some pullback action on Apple. Now that I look at it, I was trying to buy this little dip, and what I mentioned about those stop orders is, look, you get this little wick to the downside. I'm trying to avoid getting trailed out because of one of those. So going with a more manual look to the trades, but 129 would have been a nice pullback. I did just try to cross into some shares on the way back up that I could scalp the 29 to 29.50 area. That could be a bit of a play for us. ALXN, yeah, you'll see it teeter in the money, 30, 40, 50 cents at a time. I might actually start to look to take off a third if I can get 50 to 80 pennies. That's a pretty good return on a $100 stock. I thought there'd be more momentum to the downside once it started selling off, but it does feel like it's starting to level off just a little bit. So Apple will try a pullback here, but 129, if that goes, I think there's a decent shot we can get a much better price on another push to 129.50, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm with you on everything. We still are hella long Apple. We've now got a $10 winner, it looks like, here on Teslas. It's just, guys, $10. This is split adjusted, so I hope you guys are still cashing in. We did see one of those guys. Yeah, you'll be surprised. I see that, Laura. That's pretty funny, actually. You'd be surprised how many of us are still in our jammies. Yeah, you're probably right. Pajama traders unite. Hey,
we can't do it here, obviously.
Yeah, I was just going to say, why don't we speak to somebody about that? Yeah, no, I think we're going to get denied, Neil, if we do ask us to trade in our jammies. But right now, Apple, bang, back to the day's high there.
I'm doing it again, man. I'm going to start.
Keep doing it.
Continue to take it out in front of that 50 if I can. And if it wants to give me this range over and over, like I said, I'll hold on to a third of it for that break up to 130 even. But otherwise, we dip by here, we break at 75, we take some more at 29, we dip by at 29, and there's lots of ways you can play this. Apple's done 84 million shares, guys. So being active is not a horrible idea here. And these 50-cent scalp while holding some, a nice way to be flexible. It is already past 11 o'clock, believe it or not. It is time for our European update. Let's go to Valeria at the big screen, guys.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe is mostly in a negative territory today, though Stockholm is up 0.29%. Switzerland is up 0.29% as well. Germany is up 0.01%. France is down 0.27%, and British market is closed as UK is celebrating summer bank holiday. French SUEZ stock jumped almost 19% today after Veolia company offers a 3.5 stake in SUE stock. That's all over Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Apple's still struggling at that 50. I mean, when it breaks through, I think we're probably both going to be holding through it, but there is some sell action coming through. Also, this ALXN short rounding into form here. If it holds below that 116, we'll start getting out in 3 legs all the way down into VWAP. But Apple, come on. If it breaks 129.50, I feel like 130 is going to be very, very quick behind it. I do want to get back up to Beyond Meat. Has not threatened that potential break back up through 136.60. I won't touch it unless we get that break and then run a scalp into like 137.30 or so. Ultimately, the top end, 138.25 would be in play, but I'll probably have that in the afternoon, much more likely.
Okay, so $12. Are we really going to break 480? I mean, look, if you guys are with me on Tesla today, then you're just monster right now because 462 breaks, 465, 467. We still have 467s on. This is a $12 winner right now on Tesla. So I don't know. That's been a big day for me on there. And I just keep going back to it because structurally, we knew Tesla was going to go today, and it just has. It keeps breaking levels. And I don't even have any outs, man. My last out was down here, 474. So now I got to reassess this. And again, we have different charts up here, so it's not like Neil and I are just trading blind off the one chart that you see. We make our opinions based on other charting time frames as well, to the side, to the left of me here as well. So I'm going to look at 475.50 on a little bit of a break. That was that top right now. 475, we'll give it down here to this break point. 475.50, we'll get out of our Apple. And if we do, then it's a $9 winner. So we'll take that all day. But here comes 480 on Apple. This is $12, guys, times 5 if you wanted a $60 winner on Tesla. Here it is. Breaking through. Brendan, $15 winner now on Tesla. What you got for us?
It will not stop today. Tesla to the moon. Obviously, this one as well in that group. Blink Charging, guys. We've traded this one before. BLNK to the downside, 4.5%. We're trying to break $7 here. If you go to the daily time frame, big time support at $7 for BLNK. Under pressure today, guys. The rest, though, very, very strong so far.
And just looking over at Apple, it does break that 50, of course, heading towards 130, like I mentioned. I'm going to be looking to take it off in front and see if I can't catch yet another trade at that 130 mark. It's going to be more scalp style trades. That's why I'm going to do a pullback a couple of times here in addition to some breakout trades. So watch out 130. I did get the first leg of ALXN. This retracement did give me the 50-cent win on the first third, like I said. If we get down to like 115 or so, we'll take over $1 on the second third and just layer it out on the way down. This is one of those things where I can't really predict how far it would go. I think certainly there might be some support at 113. I'll be long out before that would likely happen. So let's watch this one very closely. I'm going to give it now to 117 even. No further than that in the short. Walmart's basically flat. There goes Apple. We're out of that one. So got to have the order locked and loaded for 130, which is rapidly approaching here. We're going to keep going in and out until it gives a real pullback, guys.
Yeah, Apple is great. We're $2 in the money, but we're $17 in the money on Tesla right now, guys. So a big win on this one. If you'd held it from the beginning, we're long at 462. That's 25 in the 20 now, 22. It just keeps going up. I don't know. $21, $22 in the money now on Tesla. And yeah, this is a big trade for us here today as the money just keeps on ringing in. And thank you for reminding me about the trophy, but there it is, Tesla today. We don't have any losers on, and it's been a big day. Apple, Luckin, Neo, Tesla, Workhorse. You can see at the bottom what we're doing and the profits that Neil and I are taking out today. So it's been a big one, that's for damn sure. I'm going to give this one at least back now. I got to readjust. 478 now on Tesla. This little wick down to the bottom here. 478. Actually, clearing this. 478. Give me my out there on Tesla. Look, if I can capture there $12, I'll do it. But right now it's 15 in the money. So Tesla, yeehaw.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeehaw action. I like that one. There's a button for that, by the way. I don't know if I actually saw it pop up there, but I want to get you guys back to
It's your thing, though. The yeehaw thing is your thing.
It's really coming out of Brendan, which was oddly. I'm going to throw Greg under the bus because
no, don't throw Greg. Don't throw Greg anywhere.
A few people, for some reason, thought Brendan liked
country music.
Country music. I don't know where it came from. It's apparently not true, Brendan. You can confirm that or deny it if you want. But that's where it comes from. We're getting a laugh out of it. I don't think he actually likes country music. I'm going to like NVAX if we get 109.30. I got a bracket order here. So if it breaks bottom side 107, we're going to be into the short side. Also, if it goes through 109.30. I think one of the things is, going back to that higher time frame, you get this sort of chop on Friday. Same price area I just gave you Thursday, the bottom in pre-market action on Wednesday and Tuesday. So if it breaks out of here, I'm going to be all over it in either direction on NVAX. You can see how far it moves when it does break these gaps. Brennan, what do you got?
I have absolutely nothing against country music, guys. It is not my favorite. That is all I'm saying. I don't know where that came from, but again, I have nothing against country music. Like, I don't know why they think I'm such a hater. Disney to the downside today, guys. Just saw this one. Huge spike off the open to the downside, $1.50 right at the open. But we're trying to test these lows. Coming up to 133 again here, guys, on Disney. Very weak today.
You know what is not testing lows? Tesla testing highs right now. This is now a $17, $18 winner. So we continue to do that as well. We went over to Luckin. It breaks $3. We're cashing it out for 2 or 3 pennies. Not doing much. Pretty slow now. Just want to talk about it because it is an air horn for a new position alert right now. We did dump our Workhorse. We got tired of this one. We dumped it where we got in. So Workhorse still a very one of the tops. That $20 now. Who's with me on Tesla, guys? That's what we're talking about. Wow, what a day for Tesla. You are 100% right on here. Quasid here, M. Wow, what a day for Tesla. Tesla near 10%. Tesla's still going. NIO ripping. We've been all over every single one of these stocks. You want to talk about NIO ripping? It's NIO, of course, but it's still moving up. But look where we're long. This is early, man. 1736. I'm not really allowed. I mean, I'll show my Twitter here because it was also on our watch list. But look at these levels that I gave you in the morning. Apple 126.50. It's at 129. Rocket 30 never got there. Workhorse never got there. NIO banger out right there, 1790. So there it is, guys. All of these stocks on our watch list. Make sure you join our watch list up. It's been Neil. 490 now on Tesla. What is happening? I'm just going to hit the
You know what 500 is?
I'm hitting the WTF.
500 is 2,500. If you were here last week, you know what's going to probably be a look for me at 2,500. I still let you guys know I'm getting in some chewy on a dip here in front of 60.50. If it breaks, that will be out. Already one breakout if it consolidates and runs. Yes, I like
$22.
But that's 2,500, and 2,500 means I'll take a shot at it. And again, that'll be a scalp short. I can see what happens when it gets up there. So back into Chewy, but let's watch out for that 500. Sorry, I should say.
This is definitely 500. I mean, this has to be some sort of a short covering here. Someone took a gamble today on Tesla on the reverse split, and they are getting owned with a P. I think, Neil, apparently that's what you say now.
That's a gaming term, isn't it?
You got pwned, right, Lucas?
That's what the kids say.
Lucas is young. He knows about pwning someone, I think. I don't even know that's how you pronounce it, but there we go. Tesla all the way upside, 490. This is just a $25 winner, so it's like taking $125 out of the stock here on Tesla as we just keep on ripping to the long side right now. What a fantastic day this has been for all of us. 25 and change dollar winner. I don't know where to dump this on Tesla, but I don't think we're gonna as we just keep on making moves now to the upside. We're still long here in the 60s, guys.
Yeah, and what I mean by that is by fading a trade. If I say fade a trade, that means as it approaches a price area, you're looking to go the opposite direction in front of a level, and that's going to be 500. So we have the ability to sort of look at the level too, and I can scroll down when it gets close. I'll be able to see any buyers or sellers that would be up there at 5 even. I just got a clarification on. So apparently, when STFU said Brendan is a boot, scootin', two-stepping fool, it's a line dancing term. So I learned something today. Thank you very much for paying that one forward. So there you go, Brendan. You're a boot, whatever that was. You're a line stepper, habitually apparently.
Sorry, but I'm not even. I don't know. I'm trying to pay attention, but honestly,
line. For those of you that don't watch it, you probably should check it out. It looks like we're trying to roll over shy of that 500. Current top that 494. I would love to have seen that at like 97, 98. That's what I'd be talking about. Risk a couple of dollars. See if it can't pull back to like a 480 or a 485 on Tesla.
Man, I can't believe I just tweeted it out, but I can't believe how much I missed trading here. Shout out to the family. What a great vacation. Maybe we're energized, but. Holy, I cannot believe, Neil, what Tesla's doing today. I know we sound like a broken record, but I know there's a lot of traders on this name, and it just keeps on making those moves to the upside. I don't know where. I mean, maybe the bottom of this, in case we get blown, 488. Let's go. Look at it. Bang! $28 now in the money. I keep looking to say, where are we going to get out on this? But I mean, 488 was all the way down here. 490 maybe on and out. We're $30 in the money right now on Tesla. Was not expecting this. 30 times 5, $150 winner according to last week. What's up, Bren?
Just checking on Moderna here, guys. Looks like the U.S. government looking into their maybe multiple vaccine patents that they have. So huge flush on Moderna here, 6.5%. This thing's been straight southbound since the word go today, down almost $5.50, guys, for mRNA.
Yeah, that's going to be worth a look. We'll get back to that in a quick second, but I'm ramped up for this. I'm seeing 497. I don't even know that I saw that price very long, and I felt like I wanted to see it in that range. It was like 97 to 98, like I just mentioned to you guys, for that rollover trade. I had this level 2 up and didn't really see it actually get there. So, man, if you got that one, Brent, good look for you. I was looking at that 97 price. Apple just rolled over. Off of 130, so the fact that Tesla is making this pullback, that's what I was sort of hunting for when I was getting
Apple's at 130?
Fading a trade. So Apple did break 130, got like 5 pennies, and then turned around. Tesla, similar thing here at 97, guys.
Yeah, I didn't even. Sorry, I was like blowing up my Tesla trade because net-wise it's way bigger. But wow, Apple had no idea we were this high. There goes Tesla. We cheer it off. We are now out of Tesla on a 488 break. We talked about that. Obviously, it got as high there when I was going crazy as 497. Can't predict that. We were waiting for a $500 break there on that. So nice little out. Ho-hum on a $20 winner. So we explode the money on Tesla. There you go. $20 today on Tesla. And if you add it all up, you can see at the bottom, I don't even know what it's going to be, but just look at the bottom for the total dollars taken out of Tesla today, and then times that, not by 5, just joking, because that was on Friday. But here we go. Apple, I think you might be right there. That's Tesla. Hold on a second, Neil. 120.30 failed. That's times 4. So wow, Apple's still at all-time highs again today, even though the market is flat. What a day. What a day here.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently, we're under that 100 mark, I'm being told, from getting to that 75K. So thank you for all of that support. But we're getting very, very close. Looks like we'll get there before the end of the show. Brendan, what do you got for us?
Yeah, the other interesting thing, guys, with Tesla was that software update they were talking about. My chart is obviously not going to look very good. There we go. Yeah, the software update they were talking about where the cars themselves, after the next update, are going to be able to visually see stop signs and also speed limit changes. So they'll be able to recognize when the speed limit is changing themselves, which is kind of crazy to me. But Tesla to the upside, guys. Yeah, under 100 to go to 75,000. So if you're joining us for the first time, guys, hit subscribe as we want to get to 75,000 this week. And also share it with your friends, guys. We love putting the show on for you every single day that the market is open. If you enjoy the show, you find value in it, all we ask is that you share it with your friends. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, do so, guys. Let's get to 75,000 today.
Look, sometimes we joke about Street Fighter. I mean, I'm not playing. I will deal with people on that game as well. But 488, good out. And I say perfect because honestly, guys, if I don't get out at 488, I probably get out right here when this cracks. So I feel like I saved myself $4 or $5 on this trade getting out at 488. So that's a good one there. And we save it down to 482 and change. So Tesla, yes, sir. We put that one and just go nuts on there as the market trying, Neil, now to turn green. Back there it goes. It actually just turned green, 0.1% there. The market up and away. Now here goes Tesla again. Can anybody say round 2 now on the pump upside? Would it be round 2 or like round 8? I mean, Tesla just...
It's not really round 2.
Tesla just keeps going.
I mean, you can make up a number, but it's trying to come up... What you can do here, and what I'm going to be looking for initially, in addition to that 500, if it rolls shy of that number and puts in a lower high, it might give a scalp opportunity. You know, it's going to be a little bit cleaner if you go to, and I apologize for the 15-minute. That's going to be absolute garbage. But you got to look at like a 3 or a 5, something along those lines, and sort of pipe in here and then see what happens. And if we want to try to hold, sort of below like a 494, 493, I think that could give you a scalp trade. ALXN bouncing back to the upside. I might look for a re-entry on that one. But Brendan, what do you got for us, buddy?
Little halt here, guys. There was an IPO today, little teeny tiny one. $5 million IPO, Applied UV Incorporated, did halt immediately after opening there. It just went from $5.70 up to $7, but volume's terrible. So AUVI, guys.
All right, we went back long. Good call there. We'll look at that in a minute. I just want to talk about Tesla here because we did go back long. We're not even gonna come close to putting anything really at risk here. Just trying it through this last stop level of 486. So we're probably gonna get stopped out of this very soon. We did try a 490 break, so we could lose that $3 back on this name right now if it does break through. There it is. So we did flush ourselves down. We tried one more time on Tesla. Now we don't have to worry about it. We gave it a shot. See if that was round 2. Looks like it doesn't want to go, but this is what we're talking about. You take out the wins for these kind of monsters, and then the losses are relatively light. So good trade there. May have gotten out at a bad price there, but $46.50, it's a $3.50 loss there on the next round of Tesla, but here it goes right back to the upside. I may try it again. What is that top break there? 92. I think we need at least this now. 491.75 on a break. We'll try it one more time, and that's it.
Yeah, I just want to update you guys on that ALXN to the downside play. I did take that first third out for the scalp at the 116.40 or so short, but it's still consolidating, and that's a bit of a bullish sign, right? So one of the things I'm going to look at is moving my stop to break even here. I don't want to turn this into a losing trade. A lot of times when you take a fade like this, you want it to come back a little little bit faster. So the fact that it found a bit of a bid and wants to make trying to make a secondary push, I'll go with a tight stop and maybe even make a momentum play through that 116.50 to test back through 17. I think an afternoon break at 118 looks fantastic. You double top, then a hold here at 115. I'd look for that break 1:30, 2 o'clock if we don't catch it by the end of the show. But adjusting my stop on ALXN as it does look like it's going a little bit sideways here. And Tesla, I don't know if we're going to get that Tesla 494 test at this point, but I'll have a look at that one if it does. Brendan, what do you got?
So our government, guys, getting out the checkbook today for NVAX and also to Johnson & Johnson buying 38 million doses of J&J's vaccine as well. That just out there a little bit ago. But J&J not really doing a heck of a lot. That was the bigger point I was trying to make. A little bit of a spike to the downside on that news. But yeah, barely changed for Johnson & Johnson, guys.
Okay, yeah, that's good. And you did mention the NVAX. Let's check out NVAX quickly. Okay, so, by the way, Apple are $1 in the money, but we are going to get out of this one as it does break through 129. So look for me to get out somewhere lower, like right now soon. There it goes, Apple out. So that's a nice little swish win on that one. Obviously, we held it all the way to 130 there, trying for the ultimate breakout. But look what's happening right now, guys. Futures, adios, amigos, straight down to the downside now. And we just talked about the futures going green. And then where's my futures going red button? I don't know where it is. I don't see it anymore. I think it's gone. But
yeah, Apple, a bit of a better rollover than Tesla here, at least for me. 129, quick little scalp in and out. I'm going to hang on for some if it comes back to VWAP. This is just futures back to 3,500. The rollover a little bit cleaner through that pullback price that I had of 129. So
there?
You get a dip price, then breaks. I'm not saying the move is done because we're still could hold 128 on Apple, but I'll hold this one to that price, looking for 30 to 70 cents worth of a win on this retracement in Apple. I would have preferred to have Tesla 98s or 99s. Looks like Apple will have to do.
Maybe we can find out. I don't know if anything's happening here per se, but the futures are falling. And look at this out again on Apple. It would have been perfect if we took it out up here, but really happy with this. Now we save ourselves a whole bunch of money here. Futures dropping, and it's not that I think there's news here, but this is like the whole day's range right now. Basically 05 down to 98, breaking the day's low right now on the S&P 500. So watch out below here, and we're still moving. So obviously, if there's something, Brendan will come. But right now, I'm completely flat. So it is what it is for right now. We will wait to see if there's anything else. You could check out Tesla if you're still on that. Neil and I indicated to you that it was probably overdone. I was giving it one more shot here, and that shot obviously failed. So we got out for a $3 loss. Now it's just trending back downside now, 484 in change.
We used to have a dog rollover, Sean, that we had, but I'll have to hit the arrows down because I really don't have anything better to go for you guys. Walmart first leg, I will take it out. It just got down to that sort of 135.50 test. So I was sort of waiting patiently in that sideways action for the first leg. And if it holds sort of like this 136.30 or so, I will probably dip back into it. But, ultimately Walmart not falling nearly as much as I would have anticipated on that pullback. With Apple, sort of a similar story. The 129 retracement. Let's see if the final third I can get out in front of VWAP. So it's been a lot of scalp trades alongside playing the range and playing the breaks. Now the comeback, a couple of shorts in here, starting at 70 when it failed at 30, and then another one here through 129. So lots of ways you can skin a cat. Not that there's any cats actually being skinned. It's just some terminology we use in the trading world. Brendan, what do you got for us?
Just watching the overall market here, guys, but might just be the 3,500 level. We obviously just sliced through that 3,500 level, so maybe some stops underneath that. Wanted to mention this as well. Netflix now offering subscription-free streaming for certain original content. So original Netflix shows, certain Netflix shows going to be streamed for free if you don't have a Netflix account. I don't know why you wouldn't at this point, but Netflix going to show them for free, guys.
Yeah, what exactly is Netflix?
Which ones?
Yeah, if you don't have that, now you get it for free, so congratulations on that. But it's good for original content, obviously, I guess. But that might be a sign of weakness, actually. I'm going to go over to Netflix and see about that in a minute. Okay, 129.05. What did we take along there? Yeah, 05s. You took on a 129 break. Just thinking that the S&P may have been overdone there on the downside. Obviously, Apple's such a huge weighting, so as that comes down, no surprise there at the futures. Apple probably led that march, so we're going to use this as an out right now. So We're not going to give this one too much. We don't want to give it all the way back. So 128.40 on the bottom for Apple. So just to see if the futures want to get going back, I think we have the right one long, and it's Apple. So 129, we'll give that up here. If I can get some out around here, 40s, we'll do that for 40 cents. But right now, Apple, the only position I have on.
Yeah, and I just want to get you guys back to XPV. It was a good short this morning, but you're seeing some kind of support here. The volume is trailing off, but you're seeing this 21.40 to 50 holding the bottom. I want to call it rather nicely so far. If it gets a secondary push, you see the EV space obviously getting led by all of the other names. If you want to talk about NIO and Tesla, but let's look at XPeng here. If it does bounce off of this low, this is why I took out the short. Just seeing some buying for the first time, trying to step in. I still want to see it break higher. It's going to be about a 21.75. A breakout for me. If you liked it in front of the low of the day, it's not a horrible risk to reward. I just feel like that trade didn't work the last time I took it, and this has like 3 days of trade history, small sample obviously, but I'm not going to jump into something that didn't work the first time. Looking for 21.75 if I play XPeng to the long side.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I missed XPeng last week. So we have also Li Auto was another one here. Okay, Apple is falling back down. We're going to give it to this 128.30 level. Again, it's up so much. You can't tell right now today. But Apple today opens up. Actually, it opens up pretty high, right around here, 127.70 before ripping to 130. So we do try this name one more time just to see if it wants to go. We're giving it down to this. Sorry, I got to move over. Giving it down to this bottom, 128.40. That could come through. It's not a huge position. As you know, this time of day, we're not going to be putting on monster positions. At least I'm not in a stock that's moving like this. But we still are trying to give it to that upside here. We're giving it about 50 cents up, so 50 cents down makes sense to me. But that right now is not moving. Apple, it's only going south side. Look at the futures. Futures now moving more down.
Yeah,
so
really
we'll be out of this one. No problem, but we did give it another shot. Just didn't pan out this time.
Yeah, I just want to, Walmart here, I feel like you want to talk about relative strength and relative weakness, but Walmart very, very, sideways despite this fall off that you're seeing. And you talked about, or at least Brendan talked about Target as well. So as much as I might be in the money and have been for most of this move, you got to note here that Walmart is holding up, and I do like that for a bit of a bullish play. Apple, I'm out of that one, that retracement short, only scalping short, not necessarily trying to hold on to that one long term. But I do actually want to see if 128 is going to hold up here. Apple, like you said, led the way up. If it can hold and give you any kind of a bounce, the market could get some juice back to the upside. And if that's the case, I'll probably dump Walmart at break even. The relative strength it's showing in this flush is a little bit frustrating to me holding this short. So we might be in the money a little bit, but the way the market's going down, it should be a heck of a lot more than that.
Right, I got you on that one. And we did take Uber short as well. So we'll hit a new trade alert on Uber right now, as we're hoping that one can make its move downside as well. So Uber right now, we're short 24s. So the lowest it goes there is 21. We're going to wait for some more downside on this one as the futures are making that move down. Uber has obviously some problems in California. And, we could have picked anything to short. It's just this has been a pretty big move down here. So let's wait to see if it can continue. Uber here on a daily chart. You can see this is a 1 minute. Oh, yeah, my charts got reset. So here we go. Daily chart 32 and change. It doesn't look too spicy here on a daily chart, but if you do break this $33, sorry, then it's good. There it is, a nice little win. Down to 18, we just cashed them out there on Uber, guys.
Yeah, Apple trying to hold 128, guys. It doesn't look like it's going to do it, at least for the time being. But the other stock, which you can throw out, I'm going to go ahead and cancel my stop. I was looking for a couple of possible afternoon breaks in Beyond Meat. The reason I'm going to cancel them is if it breaks the pre-market low, it changes my sentiment a little bit, and the market is adjusting to the downside as well. So I don't want those triggering at some point when we're probably going to regroup and look for another trade in Beyond. So I've gone ahead and canceled those. Always want to manage your stop orders. If you're going to trade multiple names today, like I'm definitely doing, you certainly have to manage your order flow. You don't want to stop the trigger that you didn't intend on getting. So that also means cleaning them up. And if you get into something you don't mean to, my rule of thumb, just get out. Do not fight it, guys. You got to be able to do that. I do want to jump back over to Big C. I took one shot short. It did not work. It's still in the same consolidation range. And I was going to wait for this one up into the 120. but it's showing a little bit of strength in this market coming to the downside. Big C, new upside play would be at 113.55. You can maybe scalp that one into like 116, 117, 120 area of resistance expected. Brendan, what do you got for us?
We mentioned this rack space early on, guys. This other recent IPO got to all-time highs early on this morning. Still up 7%. There was multiple analysts initiating coverage with positive look on this one. $21 here, a bit of a problem though. Looking like it might want to try and test these day lows. 2060 down to 2050. Below that, I mean, we were 1950 on Friday. So potentially a bit of a break to the downside for rack space, guys.
And Superman is back into the building now again. It's been a bit. Welcome to all of our viewers. If you're joining us now for the first time, look at Uber. We picked this one, and now it's flying to the downside a little bit. Oops. There we go. Uber right now 24s short, down to 15s. Cash them out there. Good trade on Uber. Our best out there, 15s. So we did take some 18s and 19s on the way down. So again, just sort of topping everything up. We took a misstep there on Apple. We'll check back in that in a second. And Neil, what is the name of Big C? I mean, I just love the ticker, but let's find out what that is. Oh, Big Commerce Holdings. There it is. I know that trade. I haven't traded it yet, but I love the name.
Every time we talk about that stock, you know what? It's the Dr. Seuss alphabet one. It's like
Right.
Big A, little a, what begins with A.
That's why.
all I think about. And it's like, I probably read that book to my daughter, I'd say like 50 to 60 times. So if you don't know Dr. Seuss, obviously, maybe check it out. Great kids books. But it is that time of day, guys. It's 11:30. We got our guest trader of the day. Let's go to Brendan. Let's get the introductions.
Yeah, it is Monday. It is 11:30. That means guest trader of the daytime. Lewis Daniels bringing you guest trader of the day. Everyone coming on through July, August, September, even into October, going to get a Lewis Daniels watch. Darian Stovall joining us today, Monday, for the first time as our guest trader of the day. Good to see you, Darian. Welcome to the show. It's been a really exciting Monday morning, obviously, with Apple. Tesla moving around like crazy. I just wanted to mention, guys, as well, that Big C, obviously the deal we talked about last week with Facebook. So that kind of gave that stock a big crazy move. But more importantly, Darian, how are you?
Doing good this morning. How are you, Brendan?
Very good. Busy morning. What have you been looking at?
Well, just been looking at a bunch of different ones. iClick was one I've been looking at this morning. Kind of looking at education stocks. Lincoln Group, it's kind of been falling. Boxlight.
Yeah.
It's just kind of been on this kind of decline for a little while. So it's been a good little short for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. A new contract for Boxlight we talked about in Colorado, I believe it was, announced this morning.
Yes, Colorado, Jefferson County in Colorado. So they have a good purse. So I've been kind of watching them and seeing what's been kind of going on with them, kind of buying on those dips. Just kind of waiting it out.
Yeah, love it. Let's get back to it. Here are Neil and Sean.
How's it going, Darren? Good to see you. You mentioned Boxlight. I do want to get to it in a second, but let's get the cat out of the bag here right away. I mean, I see that piano behind you.
Yes.
Can I guess that you are a bit of a musician? Is that fair?
Yes, I am a musician.
Absolutely love it. I'm gonna get your opinion on who the greatest on the keys is of all time. But sort of speaking about Boxlight, have you made any trades in this today, or is it something you're looking out for, or have you put something on? What's your thoughts on it today? I mean, it has come back in after failing at $2, and I was watching sort of this consolidation from the breakout price, and then Friday there was resistance at this 160 to 165 area, and it looks like that is trying to turn into support. What's your thoughts on Boxhill right now?
I kind of feel like Boxhill, in my opinion, is one of those sleeping giants. Is waiting to kind of explode, so to speak. And I think that honestly, I kind of got excited about it. I got it like 175. I thought that was a good level of resistance. It shot up from there, but then it's kind of been moving downward since then. So.
Yeah, actually, I see the break you're talking about, and this is going to be on volume. And I think one of the things, you sort of talk about like this significant price when it came back on the way in. This would have been back in July when it had the initial break. You would expect that maybe there could have been some consolidation. There hasn't been until below that 175. So, one of the things that could end up happening when you look at a daily chart like this is it already made a bit of a break through that level and then rolled over. the ability to hold above that 175 could give you a nice breakout at 2. And again, these are day trades here, but anyone that's sort of holding into it, find yourself a support level. As an active trader, I would be watching for that 75 and then getting some out in front of 2 and then looking for a 2 even break. That's the way that I would play it. So, not to say that you can't buy and hold. For us, our style as day traders is going to be a little bit more active than that. The volume is still okay, although it's died down right now. So I'm not necessarily looking for a box sell trade with volume tapering off into lunchtime. But I'd have my eyeballs sort of looking for a VWAP retracement and then a test of that 2 even at the top there. Darian, just out of curiosity here, of course, how long have you been trading actively or so? Did you start this year? You've been doing a little bit longer than that?
Yeah, so like I said, I've been kind of just in and out, wanting to get into it, and it's always like, I guess, I'm a school teacher, so in the summertime it's always good. I can always watch, and then school starts, I can't watch as much. So I would say that because of COVID this year, I've gotten more into it, and I've been trying to get more steady and read more and watch more of you guys' videos, and kind of understand what style of trading best suits me and my, I guess, experience level.
You know what I love that you said there? Find what style of trade best suits you, because you don't ultimately know what patterns you'll be able to read, like where you're the most disciplined, all those types of things. In trading, you can't pick what you're good at. You have to be willing to trade whatever makes you money. That's just the reality. So you want to have a long-term career. I love that approach that you got going on. I saw Mr. Willie, one of our members. Man, everyone's going to bug you to play the keys at some point. I'm not going to put any pressure on you, but I did want to get back over to Tesla very quickly. Ignore some of these wicks here. It is trying to form some support through 475 right now. If it does make another ramp 1, ramp 2, 3, 4th, 5th move, whatever you want to call it, it looks like it's trying to put in 75 as that base. And as the futures try to come back up, worth looking at, or a secondary break could come, Sean.
Yeah, Tesla's a good one there, and we'll see about that. But hey, Darian, what's up? First time I get to talk to you. Love the facial hair there. I wish I could grow that kind of content. That is absolutely fantastic. What's up to you? Today I've been trading a lot of electric cars names, including Tesla. We're now on Uber, which is not electric cars, but I do think they're going to be pushing towards that eventually in the data that they're collecting from all that. Workhorse, Tesla, Neo as well. Do you ever trade this sector, or do you sort of stay with what you're doing right now? You talked about some educational spots. Do you hop back and forth, or do you like to stay sector specific? I know there's a lot of traders that will maybe only trade banks, only trade stocks that are in play. How do you approach sort of looking at what to trade on a daily basis?
Okay, so yeah, you're right. I try to look for a more diversified approach.
All right.
And I had looked into the electric vehicles, and Workhorse was one that I was looking at. I guess I was getting really excited about the USPS, the Postal Service account.
Right.
They probably would get, and I was thinking that would be a big thing, but then all the trouble started with the post office. And so I kind of got out of Workhorse. And another one that I thought would be a good one was AYRO, was another EV company in Texas. And there was a lot of talk about Tesla maybe moving. I think Tesla, they're in the same, in Texas, I believe.
Yep. Was Arizona?
In Austin, I believe, in Austin. So I was looking at them, and so again, I'm watching you guys' show and looking at the educational videos, kind of showing me to go back to the drawing board and kind of really look at and define a strategy. As I kind of tell my music students, before you can have a voice, you have to learn the language.
Nice.
So I have to learn the language, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's good to get excited about these different sectors, but I think going in blindly, you could probably lose some money kind of just blindly going in, not doing your due diligence and having your research.
See, that's the other thing, sort of, you said something, yes, Darian, excellent advice. And I think that's the one thing that I want to encourage everybody. If you're just a beginning trader, you can use your real life experiences, like you just mentioned there about your music students, right? Learn, take from what you've learned in your education. Don't be too greedy, use little things like that. Understand the market before you step in. And that's a perfect one there on the voice. I mean, how could you possibly understand anything until you know how everything works? So I think that's absolutely great advice there. And thank you so much for that. I also do want to point out, new member alert. What's up, Russ? Thank you so much, Russ Hughes there. Chicken curry or chicken masala? What do you prefer there, Darian? Have you ever had chicken curry or chicken masala?
I'm gonna have to go with chicken marsala.
That's me too. Yeah, I'm all about that.
That's easy.
I like butter chicken, a little sweeter, but butter chicken is in there for sure. And my wife cooks pretty good as well. So fantastic. Shout out to anybody enjoying some South Asian cuisine.
Sorry, production crew getting in on that little talk there. Guys, I want to jump back into one name that is moving. It has been a rocket to the upside. I want to try to use that pun. A little bit of a reverse action today on Rocket. I'm looking at about 28.50, just some chop there on Friday up at the top. Then you go back the rest of the week. It was some failed breaks through that same price. And so if this one wants to give back shy of that number, I think that's where I'm sort of targeting for some kind of an entry point, guys. So if we get up into this 28.50 range and start to roll, that's the level I'm looking at for Rocket. This does give you some breakout potential through there, but you're just immediately running into chop at 28.80 to 29 that I was playing around with in the morning. So I think that's more of a scalp trade, breaking 28.50. Maybe work that one all the way up. 30 is still going to be something. We were watching that in the morning. It came the other way, so no entry on that breakout. 28.50 if it rolls over. I'm going to jump into the short trade for you guys, but 30 subs away.
What?
30 subs away from 75,000. So 28, apparently 28. So Darren, you'll be on air. It looks like for us to crack that mark. Thank you, guys. For
I know
all
what
the
we'll
love
do it.
there.
I'm going to hit
That's
Valeria
awesome.
Batman. There, that'll
Hey,
do
hit
it.
that. There you go.
That'll do it. Hey, there it is. As long as it doesn't get stuck. There we go. Valeria Batman is now
Oh,
there.
that works now. We don't have that. Remember?
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to see if that was going to create some chaos there. But yeah, Valeria Batman in the building. So yeah, Darren, you're going to be on when we hit 75,000. I assume you're a subscriber. How long have you been watching us for, Darren?
I found you guys inadvertently, actually. I was looking for some videos, and one of your education videos popped up, and I think this is back in, I want to say May.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we only went live in April, so.
Yeah, it was back in May, and I started looking and watching every morning, kind of getting up, starting my day with you guys. And, you know, I used to work in television news before, and I want to say that the graphics, the energy, all of it reminds me of being in the newsroom. You know, I was kind of looking for that feel of a show that kind of gave you the effects of the market, the high energy, the information, the good tips, and this show like had all of it. So I mean, I subscribed, became a member,
Yep.
even started telling friends about the show.
Great. Well,
That's what I
thanks for
love to
supporting
see.
us basically from day one there. Yeah, it's actually unbelievable the kind of run that we've been on here with our subs and with all the kind words from everybody, including our Market Wisdom page as well. That's getting up there in subs as well. So thank you so much to everybody. Brendan, got something else?
I was just looking at some of these TikTok-related stocks, guys. We were mentioning Microsoft, Walmart. There's also, of course, Oracle. We can have a look at Oracle. Still kind of hovering here right at day highs. Still negative on the day. But when you compare that, if I flip over to Microsoft now, all the way back down to day lows here, Oracle standing out as a little bit relatively strong here. Just wanted to grab a live update here if I could. Everyone bear with me. We were under 20, was it? Yeah, 17 to go, guys, until 75,000. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe.
Much appreciated. And there's our sponsor, guys. So gotta let you know, Darren, you'll be getting one of these bad boys. There it is at Lewis Daniels Watch. Look out for that one in the mail when it does come through. I gotta update you guys on Walmart. Like I said, some relative strength. And if we made a bit of a turn in the futures, I said I would go break even on that trade. So it ends up a winning trade. Unfortunately, it's just like a scalp. We get 40 cents in the first half. We get flat in the second half. A winner's a winner. And sometimes I feel like you do have to change your mind. You know, you can have a trade set up. You can like something for a breakdown. I thought sort of, you know, the relative weakness I was seeing in Walmart was going to be a good push. Retail started moving to the downside. But ultimately, when the futures really started to get going, you didn't really see much action here. And I think that's one of the things that I got to do. And I'm going to lead this into a question because you hear us talk about it all the time. The futures are doing this. We'll bring Arun on. The market is doing that. Do you allow that to inform some of your trades, or are you basically sticking to this stock is in play, these are my levels, this is what I'm watching for on it, and it doesn't necessarily matter to me what's going on in the broad market on a given day?
I mean, honestly, I could take that information into consideration, but I'm still trying to understand how that has an effect on the stocks, I guess, that I have chosen. I have a lot of friends who do trade in Forex, and they really they really get into knowing that information, but I've yet to find, I guess, how that information will make me more of a, I guess, astute trader, if that makes any sense.
No, that definitely makes sense. And this is one of
I guess finding those connections with getting those resources like the Forex information and different things will give a better feel for what the market's doing, and probably make me a better trader, I think.
Oh, 100% will make you a better trader, but I think you have the right approach, right? Like you work these things and you try to learn about them first before sort of jumping in and saying, oh my gosh, the market's going up, this must mean this or that. I mean, as much as I took off that Walmart trade, that's not something I would come to right away. First, you see a setup that you like, that works for you, that you've tested out, you just put it on, you stick to your rules, and eventually you can start working in some of those other things, because there's always going to be another indicator, there's always going to be another way that you can add to or modify a trade, and if that's all you're ever doing, I mean, you're not actually just putting on the trades that make you money. You're just trying to continuously mess with things that are working for you, which is not always the best idea in the world. I do want to jump back over to, not Tesla, sorry, Workhorse. This name has come a little bit to the backside, to the downside here, but I was looking at the higher time frame, and we talked about this, and what I would have really loved is a break in testing all the way up to 20 even. That hasn't happened. I'll file that one away in my back pocket. But just looking at last week's price action, it is sort of worth noting previous resistance the last couple of days of the week, down in this like 1735 range, 1736 or so. So when you come in, and it just dipped down and bounced right off of that price, right? So we just went to the higher time frame. You look at resistance from last week, a big bounce, well, only a 50-cent bounce off that price. I think there's going to be some significance to this 35 and probably down to 17 range. If it holds that range, maybe that's a place where it could ramp back up. And that's the idea that previous resistance turns into positive support this week. So I'm going to watch to see if we hold this area. And if we do, I'll look for a long at some point in Workhorse in the afternoon. Speaking of, what's your time frame for trading here, Darian? Do you only trade the mornings? Do you look for entries at any time of the day? It doesn't really matter. Obviously, you'll see us trade heavily in the morning action.
Yeah, so mostly I'm up in the mornings looking and trying to get in the morning. Really all throughout the day. If I get a moment to really kind of look and see what's going on with the market, if it's a good entry point on the stock, I'll try to get in. But throughout the day, really, I would say throughout the day.
Fair enough, fair enough. Brendan's got something for us. You have a background in news. Well, so does Brendan, actually. Let's go to the desk.
Indeed, yeah. From the radio side of things, Yandex, guys, just saw Yandex popping up on volume scanner here. This is all-time highs. This little wick up here was all-time highs for Yandex, obviously above that pre-market high. Back to $68 though. Some volume coming into YNDX, guys.
Yeah, Yandex. I do have to jump back quickly. I know I said I was going to short Rocket when it rolls over. I thought maybe get closer to 28.50. I might take one shot here, a little bit shy of that in the 28 range. It is trying now. I could go with a tighter stop and give it to like 28.20 and then take another shot at it. It's lunchtime. I don't want to miss the move. I feel like there's probably 50 cents to $1 in it for me, and the volume is still somewhat decent in Rocket. I much preferred it rolling at 28.85, so 28.50. But if it happens here, I am seeing sideways action at 28 to 28.20. I might just trade that range as well in RKT. We are getting very, very close.
Yeah, let's do it.
Very close here, Sean. So that's 75,000. Thank you guys so much for that support. But I do want to, just before that probably happens any second now, I just want you guys to know, look, we're always doing work for you guys, and that means our Market Wisdom channel where we drop some educational videos. Darren, you mentioned you like checking some of those out. Today, how do you avoid blowing up your account? I feel like that's an important one for everybody. Everyone starts at some point. I've said before in the show, we have a simulator. When I started out, I was shut down in our system, I think 11 days in a row. I hit my daily stop loss. So had that happened on a retail account, maybe I'm blowing up my account. How do you avoid that? What are the tips that we can give you to manage risk? That's what that video is all about. Definitely let us know if you like it. If you have any topics you want us to cover, drop them in the chat for us. Tweet at us if you want to, or drop in the comment section of that YouTube video. So, obviously losing is going to happen, but if you can avoid blowing up that account, you can live to see some days like today.
Yeah, Neil, I mean, you and I have no idea, how many times people have logged in and blown out their accounts. But Darian, there are a lot of guest traders that we do have on that have that experience, right? They log in and they say, you know what, I'm going to deposit $1,000 or I'm going to deposit $10,000 into an account, and they kind of treat it as play money, and then they don't realize that it's pretty easy to lose because greed always plays a factor. I find that that's important. Like when you're winning, you want more. And then when you're losing, you hold down to trades. Did you have any experience on that front as far as losing early? I'm going to throw it to Brendan, and then we'll come back to you for the answer to that question. What's up, Brendan?
Oh, Sean, could you hit the fireworks button for me? Yeah.
I can, and it's coming up
right now,
we
just
Brendan.
did it. Yeah, you saw Valeria dancing there, but we just did it, guys. Thank you so much for all of your support and everyone who signed up today. We just broke 75,000 subscribers, guys.
Yeah,
Way to go.
There we go. Yeah, I was going to say that was easy, like mac and cheesy, because sometimes when you do have the support from your viewers like you, Darian, it's very easy to sort of feel that love, and we want to thank everybody for that. But did you experience anything? We'll go back to that question. Did you experience any of those tough times maybe early on in your trading career? And maybe if so, what sort of lesson did you learn from your start of trading?
Well, I guess the biggest thing I learned was not to play with the house money.
Right.
I initially started small, maybe $100, $500 account. That way it wouldn't be anything that would, be detrimental should I make a bad decision. With the emergence of retail accounts like Robinhood and Webull and all these other accounts that you have that you can pretty much just deposit and deposit and deposit, you definitely have to be careful to understand that this is not a casino.
Right.
Or this is not, some sort of get-rich-quick scheme. You can't just put your money in there and just put everything on black. You have to do the due diligence. And luckily, no, I have not had to, or I've had those situations where I've lost a great amount of money because I've understood one thing. It may be a bad day, maybe a red day, but as long as you hold on to your stock, you're fine. If you sell for a loss, then you lose. So you may call me a bag holder. I'll hold it a little bit if I feel like, it'll take that. So I just learned to be patient and not to gamble and be patient.
Right, perfect. Yeah, we like that. Yeah, don't gamble with your account, especially if you need that cash. That's for damn sure. But yeah, you know what? It's a lovely sport or science when you're playing it and you're winning. But we all do know that it can blow up. That's for sure. So thanks for that advice. And I see on the chat here people looking at Tesla and Apple. Apple 129.40 comes all the way back from the dead. Basically, it went down as 127 and change. Tesla also back up now as the market makes that bottom and comes right back. So Tesla, I mean, mind all these. We're going to clean up these charts, guys, but Tesla goes down as low as 475. What a surprise there, Neil. Always nice to see those quarters holding. Next stop might be 500.
Yeah, exactly. And I think important thing here, that 500 level, there is no way you like that short as much as the first time. Look, you gotta be able to say, forget about FOMO. FOMO would be saying the whole time up, I wanted to tick into 97 range, risk a couple of dollars and catch a pullback. So yeah, the idea would have worked had it gone like 50 cents more and I could have had like a $10, $15, $20 winner. But just because I missed that trade and it probably would have been my best one today, I can't then jump in and if it comes and test it again, think it's gonna be the same trade. There's almost no way I like it as much. I'm actually probably going to pivot the other direction and say I'm probably looking at that breakout if it happens in the afternoon, as opposed to trying to jump in front of that moving train the second time through. So that's another thing. You will miss out on trades. You will get wicked out, like we call it, by like only a couple of pennies. We had the direction right and everything else about it right. All of these things will happen to you eventually. And when they do, you have to make sure you stick to your plan after that. You don't jump into some crazy reckless trade, sort of with that FOMO action or whatever it might be. Stick to your plan, guys. Speaking of my plan, it looks like I'm going to have to take this rock. I'm watching it here. It's back below that 28. I didn't want to see it test 28.50. I don't think that's going to happen. I'll use the 20 mark to see if I can't get into a short just in case this heads to the downside right now. Darian here, only like 5 or 6 minutes left. And just out of personal curiosity, because when I got to high school, I stopped playing the piano. It's just like sports, you know, whatever it is. Like I just wanted to get involved in a lot of things that were going on at that time. I wish I hadn't. My brother continued. Who's the greatest on the keys? And if there's one thing that I'm not asking you to play, but if there's one piece that is your favorite, whatever it might be, just let us know. You know, I'm just very, very curious. You don't see a lot of people who have the piano, like an actual, I mean like real piano, not keyboard, in the home, guys. So like, I'm just curious out of my mind because I used to.
Oh yeah, I always tell my kids one day we're gonna be like, remember live music and instruments and people playing those things, you know? I think the best, like to me, it's a tie because I kind of like Elton John on piano and Stevie Wonder. Now,
there you go.
People might think, huh?
You can't go wrong, man. Like you definitely said two. I knew you were. I had a feeling you were probably going to say those two. For anybody that does not know, you know, you're probably a little bit younger. Two absolute classics there. You know, you obviously can't go wrong. Is there a favorite song you might want to say?
Oh man, favorite song. I would say "Beating the Jets" for Elton John, and Stevie Wonder is Sir Duke. I mean,
I love All I Do, but Sir Duke, that you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong, guys.
Yeah.
But we have to get to the markets here just because there's not too much time left. I have done that mistake that I do from time to time. I was bullish on Rocket today, so what I didn't do was check to make sure that I had locate. So I'm going to probably have to, before jumping into a short trade in this consolidation, look to see how much it costs. And just to give you guys an example here, if we have to pay for shorts, if I'm expecting, you know, a break from this 28 to 20 range, maybe getting me something along the lines of a 40 to 50 cent scalp, I'm not going to pay 50 cents a share. That wouldn't make a heck of a lot of sense. But as long as it's a reasonable price, I would go ahead and do that. So I'll go and check that. Probably should have done it already. That's part of your preparation. But trading a lot of names today, and I was originally thinking I wanted to be bullish, just never really came here for me on Rocket.
I want to say welcome to Simon Hendricks as well, or Simeone Hendricks, whatever. It's not Jimmy, so there we go. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. We absolutely, you know, love all of our members, and we continue to do these guest segments. And you're going to be getting one of these bad boys, Darian. It's hard to see, but it's Lewis Daniels. You'll like it. It's pretty flashy there. So that's going to be coming to you. And thank you once again for coming on the show. We are going to get ready to wrap it up, and I don't want to forget. Sometimes we do this as well. We forget. I'm going to give you a chance right now, Darian. If you want to give any shout outs to anybody, friends, family, students, anybody like that, go ahead. This is your chance right now before we get to the end of the show. Give it to us, Darian.
I just want to shout out my hometown, Montgomery, Alabama. Mayor Stephen Reed, first black mayor in the city's history. And my high school, Park Crossing High School, my students over there. And all my trader friends, everybody. Good to see you this morning. Valeria, Sean, Brennan, Neil. Glad to be on with you guys this morning.
And we're absolutely thrilled to have you. I think it's a lot of fun for us to do this segment. You know, it's always interesting to get different perspectives of traders, regardless of where they are in their personal journey. This is what it's all about for us. But only a few minutes to go here, Darian. We do need to get to Brendan. There aren't too many names on that board for earnings, but certainly ones that we can look at.
Yeah, not too many as far as earnings, guys, but some interesting ones. But Darian, more importantly, I'm just going to throw this out there. No pressure whatsoever. There have been many people requesting in the chat that we get a little bit of a song to maybe end the show with. So I'll leave that with you. Again, no pressure whatsoever. If you would like to, we would thoroughly enjoy it. Let's have a look, guys, at what is coming up after market tonight and before the open tomorrow as far as earnings. Yeah, a couple of big ones on there. We talked about Rackspace a couple of times today, and obviously Zoom on there as well.
What is Zoom exactly?
Well, I've never heard of
that
Sean.
before. Something about some cameras or some online meetings or something like that. We'll find out more about what Zoom is. And of course, we joke. I mean, Zoom is now like what, an adjective or something? I don't even. It used to mean like go fast. Now it means this amazing unicorn of a company reporting tomorrow. So that Zoom. Tesla's been. I don't even need to show you about Tesla. It's been a crazy day for that for me today. Tesla, Apple, NIO, Workhorse. It's been great. Darian, you've been fantastic as well. I see no fruit salad, and I got to say, my bad. I forgot the fruit.
You know what? So you didn't forget, Sean. We didn't get it from the caterer this morning.
What?
So yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna have to figure that one out because obviously it's an important part of the show. I did look. I didn't see. Maybe it's there now, but I didn't see it a little bit earlier. It's up to you what you want to do here. I'm hearing some from the chat, guys. Good luck. Thank you for the super chat there. We just got another one from Karthik. And saying Herbie Hancock. There you go. You can't go wrong with that as well. I'm smelling lunch. I have no idea what it is behind me. If someone can find out. The last little bit.
Chicken or salmon, buddy?
No, Sean, I swear to you, I'm not making this up. It was literally chicken or salmon like every single day you were not here. So
That's right.
we're continuing that pattern, guys. Nothing against chicken.
How about Billy
salmon.
Joel on the keys? I don't know.
Billy Joel.
man.
There you go.
Not bad, right? You like that one,
Yeah,
Gary? And I'm just
why
not?
pulling it.
Why not Billy
This
Joel?
is what I do. You know, I
The
just
chips flow in with that one. The
Yeah.
chips flow in when you play that when they're closing at the bar.
bang, there you go. So you're all, yeah, we're all about that. But again, thank you so much. Only a minute left to go. It's been an absolutely fantastic day, guys. I was just going to give you another trade that we haven't made yet today, and that was AMD. I mean, AMD right now is back to the day's high. We talked about that a little bit with Brendan today, and it's just rocking and rolling. This is held a couple times, 88 and change. Look for that to be a holding spot there. Look, I'm really pleased to be back today. I hope you guys all had fun. Shout out to everybody part of the team. I missed everybody, and I missed you guys as well.
Oh, we got one
Tear
more
up.
thing.
What up, V?
Hey Darian, thank you very much for joining us today. I wish you all the luck with your tradings and have a very profitable week. And as Brandon mentioned, if you don't mind, leave your social media handles on the chat, as our chat is absolutely in love with you. And by the way, trading family, thank you very much for such a great start of the week. We reached 70,000 of subscribers and 75,000 of subscribers and 1.3K of likes. Your main motivation and inspiration, and let's become better together each day. And for now, go and watch our next educational video on how to avoid to blow up your trading account. And happy Trail Mix Day, everyone.
Yes. I will say this, though.
That's not trail mix.
I usually have the trail mix because I'm a bit of a nut about it. I don't like having the candy in the trail mix.
Yeah.
That's just me. But
It's too sweet.
Yeah, it's too sweet. I always have trail mix at the house at all times. It goes back to like when I was in university. It's like the greatest snack ever there. Darian, I gotta get your opinion on it. Like, are you into trail mix? I don't know. It's a national day today, so I have to ask you.
Yeah, I do the trail mix. I nosh the trail mix. I'm not gonna lie.
Everybody loves
Who
trail.
I mean,
I
who
love
doesn't?
trail mix. Yeah,
Come on, man. Everybody loves that trail mix.
Who doesn't love it, guys? I'll update you before we get out of here. I did get into that rocket, starting to roll over, so I waited patiently for it. Looks like we finally got that short. Darian, I want to thank you for coming on the show today. Certainly, it's been a lot of fun. Best of luck. Are you looking to look? When we run the outro, if you want, you can jump on the scanner when everyone's going to hear you. But we do get out of here. I hope you do. No pressure on you. But you know what I got to do? I have to go down the line. But before I do that, guys, I just want to reiterate. This is an important video, I think, that we're doing. We have a lot of traders that are starting out in your game, and if you want to do that, I think you want to pay attention to this one. It's about risk, but it's more about how not to blow up your account. Learn from the mistakes of other traders. Look for the things to avoid. That's on our Market Wisdom channel. Check it out. Ask any questions if you want in the comment section. We'll get to those answers. You can ask them as well on Twitter. So make sure you check that video. I think it's an important one for people starting out. Things you can learn even if you're a more advanced trader. We're at the end here, and no pressure whatsoever if you want to do it on the outro. But I got to go down the line for Valeria, for Sean Katina, who is back, for Arun, who did a great job last week, and Brendan Wickens. I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. See you tomorrow, guys. There we go.
You got a little Stevie.